Someone call.
That's funny.
Darkness, is that you?
Hello, darkness,
It's me, your old friend.
No, I don't have Darkness's number.
There we go.
I really don't know.
What?
Well, the bard feels ungainly to me, but I'm gonna stick with it and
I've actually
learn the
thought about
game.
rolling a bard as my next character, regardless of what campaign I'm in, because there's some fun stuff I want to be able to do with it.
I don't think I'm using it to its full potential.
What college
But,
are you?
I'm doing bad each time.
I took the lore, I believe. That's not right.
Lore's
Yeah.
kind of a spellcaster one. It's really focused on being able to cast spells, and he's kind of mainly utility and control.
Yeah, it's spellcasting, just kind of all around use.
Yeah, it's not until you can start stealing. Yeah, it's not until you can start stealing spells from any other class that one really gets interesting.
Level 8, I think,
Well,
is the where you get that.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Laura gets some
Valor. I took Valor.
Oh, you took Valor, yeah.
I actually took Valor because it seemed more in line with my background story and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah.
And like I said, this feels like a new game to me. It doesn't feel like the Dungeons and Dragons I'm used to, but I'm enjoying it. So.
That makes sense.
Well,
anyway,
I'm playing with people like they're nearly half my age, so there's a little bit of a culture thing too. It's a little different.
Culture shock.
I'm not negging. I mean, it's interesting. I'm enjoying it, but
well, that's good.
Y'all are in a whole different place than where I am.
Yeah.
You know, I've got 5 kids. Only reason I'm not retired is because I like what I'm doing. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Well, I'll be playing D&D at McDonald's with my coffee in the mornings, and y'all will still be thinking about family stuff.
That's assuming I get a family. But
yeah.
Step 1.
If I don't, raise tomatoes and smoke marijuana. So one or the other. You gotta have a line of priorities.
All right. Well, glad everyone could make it. It's lovely to have you all here again. Got through some good stuff last time. A lot of progress. Got Dakren his greater restoration, so that he has slowly returning memories, kind of sorting themselves out, kind of like picking out objects through the fog as they're slowly kind of filtering back into place. We're also able to cast greater restoration on young Candace Westfall. Her procedure or ritual casting was a bit more eventful, as whatever power was kind of poured into her during that basement ritual seems to have required a lot more juice or energy or magical potential, and that when it was funneled out into the receptacle, it ended up empowering that worm a great deal more, and that was a fun little fight there. Dakren took a brief nap during that fight, but was back on his feet in no time. And then, you guys managed to get enough diamond dust for one more casting of the ritual from the guy at the ice house who kept dust on hand for magical tattoo purposes. But it seems like whatever was going on with Galen and his untoward doings, he was scooping up all the diamonds in town and doing something, probably converting them into the dust for use in the rituals. As you guys remembered, the basement was using quite a bit of diamond dust for that ritual down there. So not much in the way of likelihood of getting any more diamond dust out of this town right now. But after the night goes and you guys kind of get back together, you I think are all planning on meeting back at the temple to kind of figure out what your next step is. So unless someone else wants to do anything on the way, I know Dakren had stopped off at Glendora's Heart of the Mountain and Jewelry shop, and arranged for some expedited shipping of more diamonds up there. But other than that, I think you're all going back unless there's something else you wanted to do in the morning.
Or did we discuss perhaps arranging for us to race back down to the coast and possibly get the diamonds and race back?
If you guys are all up for it, we could say you're all reconvening back in the temple, and you can have that discussion there. Kind of get everyone on the same page. If you want to do that, yeah. Okay. So yeah, you guys come in. The temple's been cleaned up. The bloody mess of mutated giant worm thing was cleaned up overnight, apparently. And as you guys all kind of filter in, you see Jasper and Father Bell towards the front area there. Jasper's got all his little jars out with all the bugs in them. You can see he's feeding and tending to his bugs, chatting with Father Bell, who's kind of helping him. Yeah, you guys could all convene there as you walk in. Jasper waves at you. Hey, how'd you sleep?
Well, everyone, some good news and some bad news for you guys.
All right.
Good news is I secured quite a diamond dust. Bad news is it's going to come for at least a few days. And I don't know what we're going to do about that. If there's any way we could... It looks like it's going to be expedited as fast as it can. I just hope, his mines will last that long. I don't know. But
I don't know about
it's
you
paid
all,
for at
but
least.
when I woke up this morning, I'd forgotten quite a bit more. I remember us talking about Whitefork and having y'all haven't been there, but now I feel like I was weeks away from Whitefork before the last thing I can actually remember. So I think I've lost quite a bit more memory as well.
I'm sorry, what are we doing? Who are you? I'm joking.
That was actually... okay. But no,
But you said...
it does appear to be getting worse. What was that? Bran, sorry.
But you said you acquired more diamond dust there, Dakren?
Yeah, it's been ordered and expedited. She said it'd be here in 2 or 3 days. I'm definitely going to go back and check every day just to make sure if there's anything else we can do or something.
So that was the good news, I assume. What's the bad?
The good news, the good news was that I got the diamond dust. The bad news is the delay.
Oh, I thought you had signed your soul away to something or other.
Why would he do something like that? That's crazy talk. You've only got one soul. You don't trade that thing out for nothing, right?
Well,
yeah, right. Yeah. Anyway,
you want to hear my pie dinner now?
I wish you guys could.
It's well thought out. I think it's a good argument for selling your soul in increments.
Let's talk about soul. I just really hope that you guys can get the benefit of this as well, because besides my memories, I'm feeling stronger than I did before I got this problem. So I hope that you guys know the same when we secure it for you. But
so you're saying it's like one of those leech diets?
I'm not familiar with dieting. Never been a fan of that. What's the leech diet?
Apparently, some weird people like sticking leeches on them and using them to diet because they suck all the nutrients out of themselves.
That sounds terrible.
Oh, the tapeworm diet?
That's what I was thinking of.
Sounds weird to me.
Anyway, I'm up for ideas on if there's some way we could diamond dust faster. I want to help out, but I don't know. That's as much as I can do, I think.
Well, do we know where the... Oh, sorry, you first.
Go ahead. No, go ahead. Y'all are having a conversation. Well, okay. If we have idle time, I do feel like our searches in both our major confrontation areas were light. Like I can't help but feel like we couldn't do more to investigate in those areas and make sure we found everything we can find, whether it's hidden, treasure.
You mean like the cavern and the manor?
Right. There just seems like a lot there for us for the time we spent searching. It seemed like both times we were trying to get out of there to get to someplace else. I could be wrong, but
just for expedience sake, I'll say that you guys feel like there's other stuff there. There's all the books in the library that you could search through, and other furniture in the house and stuff like that. But as far as secret treasure troves go, you guys feel like you hit the secret treasure trove spots and got all that kind of stuff out of there.
Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah. But I'm curious, Dakren, where are these diamonds coming from? Where are...
I had to deal with the lady at the jewelry shop. Lady. Her a gem that apparently was that Galen had stolen from the town a long time ago. It was that one that he was using to channel magic, whatever. I sold it to her for the dime dust.
And did she say where she was getting it from? The diamonds, I mean.
I think maybe from Vale.
Do you think we could, I don't know, if we're going to be sitting around, why not meet the shipment halfway through and escort it here?
I mean, that could be faster if we're heading towards the destination wherever these things are, maybe. Yeah, I mean, that would shave some time off.
It is my opinion that this woman can't be trusted. We probably get them ourselves anyway.
Well, I mean, if we did intercept it, we'd still have to come back here and have Father Bell, unless he has instructions for a cleric closer to Bardale, could form it for us. For you guys.
If you're interested, I could refer you to another cleric in Whitefork. They have a temple there, as well as in Vardale there's a temple. So yes, either of those options would be plausible.
So it would be possible to just pass it on like the leavened bread recipe to the other.
Yes, quite right, yes. You would have to bring some of the worms with you, obviously, for the casting, but that shouldn't be terribly difficult.
Well, I mean, that's an option. How far away is, what was it called, Whitefork?
Oh, Whitefork isn't very far at all. It's, depending on how fast you choose to hike, it could be just a matter of 2 days.
And the shipment is taking how long?
2 or 3 days.
Maybe
we save one off.
She had talked about getting a courier down. She just kind of referenced down the mountain, putting in the order, and then someone back would probably be more on the order of 5 or 6 days, something like that.
Oh, okay.
So we wouldn't be out doing anything, traveling to Whitefork and then coming back.
You see, this is why I say that Glenda is untrustworthy. She says she can get you something quicker than she actually can.
Dakren,
how do you know she can get it?
Yeah. Dakren remembers that it was more like a 5 or 6 day thing, and corrects himself accordingly.
That's my bad.
Doesn't change Reth's opinion.
Yeah.
It does not.
But Yes, if this memory loss is continuing to progress, that would be a viable option, is to have one of the clerics in Whitefork do it. As I say, I could refer you to the cleric down there. He's a good chap. Quite.
There's the issue of she's wearing diamonds, not diamond dust. So there's also the issue of us having to grind them down into dust, and I don't know if there's a jeweler there who could do it.
I mean, we're not really out much. I mean, the alternative is sitting here in town doing nothing until then.
Well, I mean, yeah, if there is no other way that we can think of to get diamond dust, then by all means, let's actively go and shave time off. But I just didn't think we exhausted all ideas. I mean, I can't really some kind of a mine, Branbreck. I don't know how far away that is, but
oh gosh, that's several weeks journey from here.
Oh, okay. Thought of some nearby mountain mine or something.
No. We would have to travel quite a bit to get there.
To retrieve the family jewels, as it were.
Oh no, I keep those on me. But
very wise.
But no. Plus, we wouldn't really want to go to that place anyways, unless we were really desperate, because we'd probably die in the process of going through that mine.
What is this like? Your family's mine, or where?
That is, but
oh gosh, that's several weeks journey from here.
Oh, okay. Thought of some nearby mountain mine or something.
No. We would have to travel quite a bit to get there.
To retrieve the family jewels, as it were.
Oh no, I keep those on me. But
very wise.
But no. Plus, we wouldn't really want to go to that place anyways, unless we were really desperate, because we'd probably die in the process of going through that mine.
What is this like? Your family's mine, or where?
Was it occupied by rabbits? Those damn cave rabbits. Ugh.
No, nothing quite like that. To put it simply, the mine is rich of minerals, but it's been sealed off because it has a bit of a demon problem. Or devil problem. I forget which type of entity.
Right. Okay,
so you're in need of diamond control.
So might as well make a journey to hell and back and call it good, and it would be the same.
So
come see.
More of a last ditch effort, sort of option.
Yeah, it's been a problem for the town for some time, because it's a rich vein. It has tons of different ores and other things, and it was barely explored, but at one point they just started spawning and coming out of it, and they had no choice but to seal it, and there's guards posted around it, and it's been talk as long as I can remember for the past 20-25 years about how to deal with it, but the war was obviously going on around that time as well, so there was no way to devote to it. So I imagine something's come up again since then.
Interesting.
Plus, there's some infighting between the families claiming on it, so there's interest there.
Interesting.
Well, I guess just wait the rest of the worms to come back from the caverns, from the constable. And then,
right.
At least we can get ourselves taken care of. Maybe, yeah, head towards the fort.
Well, not out much for heading to Whitefork. They might have some diamonds there from a local jeweler, or if they don't, we at least have checked, and it gives us something to do for 2 days. Who knows? We might stumble across something.
Whitefork is quite the trade route there. A lot goes through, so it is quite possible that they have shops that are stocked, as it were, with diamond potential. This could be where Glendor is obtaining them from to begin with, actually.
The only thing I'd be worried about is traveling. Do we take the girl with us? She's been cured, but I don't know if we want to leave her here alone without our protection.
Yeah, what do you think about that, Father? Do you want to keep hold of her and make sure she's okay, at least till I want to cook and for the boy as well.
Yes.
Before we take them to my friend, their father. But do you think she needs more time to recover under your hand?
I did actually. She did wake up this morning. She seems to be doing fairly well. It is quite a powerful ritual spell.
Right.
Great deal of healing properties within it. So she is actually doing quite well. A bit tired, but she seems to be, on the mend, doing well. She has, I'd say, a bit more memory loss of the time that she apparently was, shall we say, a carrier of this worm. That zone seems to be a great deal of still ongoing memory loss, but she's apparently herself, as far as I can tell, in any case. So
I think it would be fun to bring her with us. She could probably use the fresh air and getting out and about. Though we will have to leave the son here in prison.
I don't know. I mean, maybe the travel wouldn't be good for her. Maybe it'd be better for her to just take it easy for a few days, even if she is doing better. No.
Different constitutions of your human race. A good old dwarf could use a good walk.
what were you saying? Reth?
Sorry,
my boy.
Reth?
If she has no means to defend herself, then it doesn't seem like it would be good for us to carry that weight with us. I can protect all of you, but adding one more to that may panic and flee, I cannot protect both parties at the same time.
Yeah, I'd rather bring them both together anyway to their father, safe and sound.
I just give Reth a sideways glance and a bit of a chuckle.
If I am to get my memories back, I must protect you weaklings, so the fewer that I have to worry about, the better.
Feeling a definite trend here.
Jasper's just nodding. That's it.
Jasper just agrees.
There's a definite
Well, we're
bent
close
to
to
this
death.
man's attitude.
I
He is a savage. I'm glad he's
Well,
on my side.
let's put it to a vote then. First off, are we traveling to Whitefork? Yay or nay? I'm saying yay.
Yay!
I think
I
I'll agree to that.
I just love a crowd. I just love a gathering. So
Everyone's
So, Reth, you're good with going to Whitefork as well.
yes,
If you are going, then I should probably go if I want my memory back.
All right. So we're all in favor of that. The other thing is just to leave the girl here then. Yay or nay? I say nay on leaving her there. I feel like we should take her with us.
I like girls.
I say leave her.
On
I
that,
would leave her here.
leave to leave some. Well, I am. I mean, weren't
We're
you?
2 and 2, Jasper.
Wasn't the job to bring them back though? I mean, wasn't that the job?
Both
That's
of
what
them.
I really. Yeah.
I don't feel good bringing one, not the other.
Right.
So I think we can get that dust and cure her brother, if at all possible. If it's too late, it's too late, but at least we tried. But I don't want to just bring the daughter back and say, oh, his son is in a dungeon, gone insane, we're working on it. That doesn't...
Right.
That just doesn't sound like the best thing to tell a father who's already worried about his kids. So
Where will we be bringing them back to? Since our memory's gone, I assume you remember.
in Whitefork, my friend Lestaire, their father lives.
See, I did not understand that. I thought we were just going to Whitefork to check for gems and see if we can cure ourselves more than anything.
Well, Well, we are. That's what I'm saying. Is I think that quest we need to put a pin in for now because we don't not complete. And yeah, I don't want to talk yet. I don't want to worry more.
What about dragging the father from Whitefork back up with us?
That's a possibility. Depending on if we get the diamonds, then yeah, I see us doing. It's a good point because then we could. Then he could be here with his kids. You know, we could cure the son. He could take. You know, that's a good idea. So yeah, depending on if we get the diamond in a timely manner, up for that.
Hargis?
Well,
Hargis,
I'm sorry.
You are you telling the group about the diamond dust that you scored from the ice house?
Oh, I thought. Well, let me get their names right.
I thought you only got one value.
Brandrick was with me when I did that, so I was.
Yeah.
And Dex was with me.
So, yeah, so you guys, you are aware you do have enough
It was
diamond dust.
open knowledge.
Yeah, you guys are aware that you do have diamond dust for one more casting of the restoration spell.
Right, so we could just use that on the sun if you'd prefer their dagger.
And I did get these. Oh,
Those are very impressive.
That
look what
is
I
a-
played. Play the mandolin behind my head and look at them dance.
Shimmering.
I can't believe you spent 50 gold on that. Anyways, no, 100 gold. You madman.
It's all for the ladies. All for the ladies. I spent 50 gold. I tipped 50.
Gotta give them what they want. Gotta give them what they want. As you guys are kind of all discussing this, eventually you see the other deputy that you guys had spoken to the day before walk in, because he had told you he was going to meet you guys at the temple later in the day. And he comes walking in and just kind of waves at you guys, goes, hello. And you can see like he's got this big black eye. And he kind of walks up to you guys and goes, all right, it's good to see you all. Have you determined the plan for when you are taking this boy off my hands? He is a piece of work, that one.
Look at hearts.
No, I had no problem trussing him up and taking him with us.
Well, continue. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just, I don't know. My old school mind, my old bardic mind keeps thinking a cure wounds, a heal spell and a cure a curse would alleviate a lot of these problems. But that's just old lore. That's old wives' tales.
Yeah. Father Bell looks at you. He's like, "Well, removing curses is one thing, but this is a parasite that's all lodged up in your gourd. You know, it requires a little bit more. It's not really a curse. You know, it's an infestation."
I will preclude your point simply for the fact that you referred to your head as a gourd.
Yes.
And I respect that. Well said.
Technical terms, you know.
Technical terms.
But yes,
all right. Well, just like with the girl earlier, I think I'm fine. It seems like it will take a fun amount of time. We could just cure the boy, take them back to Whitefork. We're not out much that way, and then come back up here. Sound like a plan?
If you're willing to sacrifice that Mendas for the boy now, that would definitely smooth things over. I just fear that you guys are going to lose your memories, and as much as my friends, kids mean me, you guys have proven yourselves my allies already, and I don't know. I think we can yet do more good. He's just done.
Well, we still have some serious work to do because I believe we have two enough for 2 cures. Am I correct?
Just one.
Just one. I
now.
thought we gained. I thought we had like 1.5 and then 1.5. Actually, no, we had a partial, and then I gained like 1.5. So I thought we had 2 heals.
Yeah, so you were able to get enough for 1 casting, and then you'll have 50 gold worth left over. So
I
And
wrote
how
down
much
one, if that matters.
what was
In
that?
my
Reth?
notes, I
yeah,
have.
so it was a half. That's right.
Yeah. So there's.
Yeah, and in my notes, it's 161 worth of diamond dust.
Yeah. There you go. Yep. That's.
And then how much am I ordering from Glenda?
Let me see. I forget the exact.
Dang,
I thought it
dang,
was like
like a dang.
400. I thought because you arranged for the balance of everybody who was left. So
That's
yeah.
what I was hoping.
Yeah, for 400.
To that, that's good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. And she was.
All right. So I can guarantee enough for all the rest of us. If we use that one for the boy now, who's Alistair be able to cover the charge for Esther? He'd be able to arrange even more expediting. I don't know. He's retired war general, but he might have some prestige in Whitefork for all we know.
Right.
What's up, guys?
Honor pulls me towards curing the boy, killing what fell beast comes out of him, and then returning the children. That's what honor calls me.
Well, I will say this: the longer we wait, the more likely he's more corrupt. He seemed a little bit more corrupt than the girl. There's a good chance that he might die from the procedure, anyways. Just saying that. Just going through
Chance
that.
we might die from the procedure.
If he is beyond saving at this point, then we'd better find out now so we know how much time we have.
Well, how about we strategize a little and perhaps set up some measures? I would almost guarantee whatever comes out of him is going to be bigger than the horse-sized thing that we had to slay last time. So
Well-
maybe we would do well to set up some burning oil or something.
I'm pretty much fully rested. I have my weapons.
I'm the same, and I've gained a
much
couple of
better.
spells.
I ate breakfast.
About all
That's a good
that's
way to start the
got.
day,
A
lad.
giant bear.
About all any of us needs. Just good hearty breakfast, and we call it good.
Well, that's true. And we got all our spells back, so and I finally figured out what my second level spells are. So
And I spent a good part of last night making up a new batch of my improved arrows, so I'm all stocked up in that regard. So
Did you also spend some time on target practice, perhaps?
I
straight to the point, this one, Dex. Yeah,
not really, no.
With
I
Dex,
didn't.
yeah.
It was mostly tinkering and then feeding the bugs.
Well, I have full confidence in you. All on equal footing here, as far as you all believe.
Well, I did
So it's-
appreciate you being up close and me being towards the back.
that's about as good a backhanded compliment as I've ever heard. As far as you all believe.
I'm a brave.
All right.
This is what
All
I
right.
do.
So let's settle. We for the boy, and then both of them to Whitefork, and go from there. See if we can head off the shipment of diamond dust and get the rest of you cured.
That sounds like a good plan. Perhaps. Yeah.
Let's do it. Should we all
Right.
run out of the room now, yelling, "Let's do it"?
I will.
Well, we need to stay in the room to do the restoration.
Well, it doesn't have to be here.
So let us
no,
not
but,
run out.
But yes, if I'll start setting up the ritual, same as before, and we can, if the constable will be so good as to fetch the boy, we can get started on him then.
and he just kind of looks and goes,
Do you need help with that?
"No,
I can
no."
help if you.
He played possum in the cell last night, and when I came in to bring him some food, he popped me in the eye and tried to escape. He almost got out, but thankfully I had my associate there, and we were able to get him back into the cell. But I think, as far as longer travel times go, it is better to have it a cured boy instead of this deceptive one. He is. Well, assuming he is not always this deceptive, and it is, as you say, this sickness, if this ritual kills him, you will be a hopefully better traveling companion.
You don't want to have to deal with that little bastard the whole way like this. Every time you close your eyes worrying he will stick a dagger into your back or something. So I think, yes.
Well, we can always truss him up and carry him in a barrel.
Indeed. Well, I suppose it depends on whether he was a little bastard before the worm was stuck in his skull, or if this was a new development. But yeah, I will leave that to you. And he just kind of turns and walks out to go get him.
That I don't know, but I hope that it's all right.
So yeah, same procedure. Kind of get up there. Father Bell's doing the layout ritual, inscribing the chalk runes around this little dais in the front, kind of getting everything settled there. It's not very long, about 10 minutes later, before the constable comes back. He and his associate, another deputy, each of them got the arm of young Mr. Westfall as they carry him in, and he's kind of just like struggling a little bit, but the two of them are expecting resistance at this point, so he's kind of just getting pulled around, and he comes in, he's just like, no, this isn't necessary, let me go. I think this is a big misunderstanding. You should, yes, we don't need to do this. And they're just kind of dragging him up to the front there. They lay him down in the dais, and he's trying to struggle back to his feet, and eventually they have to like pull his legs around and hog tie him so that he can't actually roll away from the area there. And Father Bill's looking at him. Oh, he is a rambunctious little fellow, isn't he? Well, are you all ready for this then?
Constable, would you like to stay and assist us?
Yes, I will help.
Hey,
And they kind of.
If you don't mind, I have.
Yes. What were you going to say?
I could pre-set up 2 spells so we could cast them upon like initiative. Does that make sense? I could do an enhance ability on our 2 hard-hitting guys.
Yeah, you could do something like that if you wanted to precast something. Or you
that would
enhance
give me
ability only affects the skill check, though.
Yeah, it's just skills and saves, I think. But it won't do like attacks or anything like that.
Well, I can tell you right quick. It actually helps. It sounds cool to me, but like I said, y'all have a little bit better understanding of the game.
Fine.
Enhance ability, like endurance of the bear. It's 237 in the player's handbook. If you're interested.
Yeah.
Let me see here. Sorry, I like books.
Books are good.
But right now, I don't like it so much.
But yeah, you guys could kind of do your same thing like you did in the last one, where y'all basically hold, attacks and actions for when rituals complete.
Sure.
I can't imagine it being as difficult as the one that Matt can't, so it shouldn't be as bad.
Well, there's Bear's Endurance, gives you 2d6 extra hit points. Bull's Strength, it gives you advantage on all your rolls. That's just the 2 I've read.
Yeah.
Which sounds really awesome for the bear and for Brandrick.
Yeah, I mean, the hit points are definitely good.
Oh, Brandrick. Sorry.
Yeah.
We're getting there.
So.
Okay. So.
Just like how we said Dakren was sleeping earlier.
Yeah. So, you guys kind of array yourself around the casting area there. You see Jordan Westfall, hog-tied, arms behind his back, tied to his feet there, kind of like struggling around a little bit. But as Father Westfall begins, he walks up there with that scroll again, and he looks at you and goes, "Are you all ready? I can begin again. It'll take a minute or so to complete the ritual."
I'm just going to go ahead and set out I have flask of oil. I can throw them and flame up whatever I want. I'm just going to have them out so I don't have to dig them out if I decide to fall back on them.
Okay.
Just don't burn the cathedral down.
Oh, well.
Mostly stone, we should be okay. And he
begins reading the ritual again, speaking in this kind of sonorous celestial voice, half chanting and half repeating the words as the ritual begins again, and he places the diamond dust towards the center of it, and the runes inscribed around there begin flaring up, and you see that same leeching of dark energy out of Jordan as he's like twisting on the ground there, he's fighting it, and then as it kind of goes, he kind of drops limp, and that energy gets poured into the worm there in the glass jar towards the front of the ritual area, and you see it's growing again a little bit, but it does not come anywhere near as large as the one that came out of Candace, and in fact it
I am
stays...
right over it.
Yeah. So, and as it completes, Father Bell looks at you guys and he goes, "All right, kill it!" And it's like, and like jumps out. With your guys' held actions and stuff, you all, hit it at once. It's pretty trivial to take it out. Everyone fires off an arrow and slash at it with their sword, and the thing's pretty weak on the whole. So you manage to just like splat it pretty quickly. And
Right on.
Jordan's there in the center looking around. He's just like panting, just kind of drenched in sweat, just and he...
Well, I'm not gonna lie, that was a little anticlimactic.
Well, I mean, sometimes that's good, right? I mean, you don't always want it to be life or death, right?
Thank goodness for my paranoia.
Yes, doesn't hurt to be paranoid at the right time, after all.
He's laying
Well then,
I just go over to Jordan and just kind of look at it, just kind of up close. Just kind of wait for him to come down.
and he's like kind of blinking, trying to clear his vision. He's like, where am I? What's... Oh, my head. What's been going on?
What's the last thing you remember, lad?
Careful, lad. I still feel like a punch in the face is in order.
What? For, last thing I remember, we were coming to Galen Falls, my sister and I, to just visit the falls, and, I'm sorry, it's all so foggy. Who are you people? What's going on? Who are you all?
Explaining, I'm a friend of your father's. I don't know if you recognize me.
You can see him start getting like
I've
puzzles.
visited.
Where's Candace? Where's my sister? What's going on?
She's and come. You've both been through quite the ordeal, but thanks to Father Bell here and honestly all of us, we've fixed your problem, and we're gonna get you in pretty soon.
Okay, what's been...
looks like you had a bad case of lamb stew.
He's just confused. I never cared for it. I always want to put that mint in it. It's just...
And you see him like he almost tastes it. He's just like, no, that sounds terrible. Okay, so why am I tied up? If you're helping me, Father?
I'll just point my finger back towards the constable's black eye. Because you caused that.
And the constable's looking at him, he's like, I don't think you should believe him yet. He is a tricky little bastard. And he's just the guy looking at him like,
he's played possum before.
I'm sorry if I don't know what's been going on. I'm sorry.
You haven't been yourself.
Is my sister? Where is my sister? Is she well?
Well, she's dead.
What?
No, he's not dead. He was sick of humor to listen to the dwarf. I don't know if it's a dwarf or what, but she's fine. She's actually...
Listen, I was just testing his psyche.
Okay. All right.
I think he's fine.
Can I see her?
I mean, we saw the worm come out of his neck.
Is she here? Can I see her? Is she? I'd like, if I could see her, that would be wonderful. I'd like to just...
And Father Bell's like, yeah, I think she's probably ready for a walk. Yes, she's been up for a little while now, so I'll go fetch her. And he goes to the back and leaves you
Wait,
guys
where
there.
is he going to get somebody? I thought she was dead.
I was just
not.
messing with the boy.
Well,
Odd.
sorry, it's so... Oh. No, I do. There was something. I think Lord Galen might... There's something wrong with Lord Galen. I think there's... I think he did something. He's dangerous, I think.
He was
Well-
quite dangerous,
He was.
What...
but we took care of him.
It was... Did you cure him as you did my sister and I?
Yeah, we cured him of it.
Okay. All right.
Well, I mean, there might be some of him left if you want to go verify, but
Oh. He's dead then.
Yes, he
Unless
fought a
that
battle
dwarf was messing with
for you, Candace, of us. We're still trying to recover from what he did to us, and but you should be fine now.
Okay.
Don't worry about it. And
Right.
Do
do
Get
you
you back to your-
remember? Do you remember hearing a voice at all while you were vaguely unconscious, or anything else like that? Any dreams? Anything going on, or is it just blank?
No, it's like figures in the fog. It's hard to recall. I do remember going through the mansion and something about a waterfall. Oh God, I am sorry. It's all mixed together. Yes, it's very odd. Yes.
It's okay, you're a child. You will not remember anything important.
Well, yeah, I'm 18, but not a child. But I guess
just rest your mind for now, Jordan. You've been through a lot. Just try not to think too hard.
okay, all right. Yeah. I could
That'll all
probably
make
rest
sense.
a little better if I wasn't tied up like this. Could I at least sit down on one of the benches or something? Is this necessary?
Just rest for a few more minutes. Just Father Bell's back.
And he
Check
comes
out.
back after a little brief interlude, and he's kind of bringing along Candace with him, and she's got a blanket around her shoulders as she walks out, and she sees her brother and just kind of gasps and runs over to him and just leaning over him, and just they're talking about what's going on, checking on each other, making sure they're okay, and yeah, they're both
All
confused,
time.
but she's had a little more backstory filled in for her by Father Bell, so she's kind of explaining to him, what she understands of what happened, and they're kind of just ongoing talking about it. And Father Bell walks over to you guys and goes, "She seems to be doing fairly well. A good night's rest seems to have done the trick. I worried for her after seeing what was possessing the neck area there. But no, she seems to be doing well. How are you feeling, Dakren? Has it seemed to have done well for you? You feel like your old self again, or?
I feel fantastic. Better than my old self, really. That probably restored more than the worm. I know.
Yeah, excellent. Yes.
But I feel wonderful, stronger.
Little diamond dust goes a long way. That's what I always say.
I have not heard you say that before.
It does.
Oh, well, I don't say everything. Oh, yeah.
He just pats your shoulder.
So what day is it now?
What day of the
Did
week?
we?
Or
Or like what time of day? Did I do all that jewelry stuff today or yesterday?
Yeah, you did it this morning, so it was you were over there around 9 or so. It's a little past 10 now, so
Okay,
still
yeah,
got
I
most of the
remember that
day
now. Okay.
at your disposal.
All right, I'll turn to my companions here, just all those talking. Like, when do we want to leave for Fork? We want to leave today. It's we could get half a day's in today, but I don't know.
Today would be better than wasting half the day. Besides, if we leave now and they arrive back early, then we won't have wasted time coming back.
Well, I'm concerned about them recovering, but I mean, I recovered very quickly, and so and seems
like I said, a good walk will do him good.
That was much worse. If she's okay, then he'll be all right for the journey as well. So yeah, should we pack up and get ready to move out?
I mean, I'm good. I got all my stuff on me.
Yeah.
If we need camping supplies or anything like that, we can stop by my home and we can pick those up to assist on the way.
Father Bell, are there any inns on the way here to Whitefork?
Are there any, say, rest stops or?
Yeah,
It's there are a few cabins spread out maybe through the area, but no, for the most part, no. It's a rather steep mountain trail for the most part, where the river comes down from the valley here. So not a lot of nothing in the way of. No. Most of the time, the journey's made either by caravans going as quickly up and down as they can, or resupply things, that sort of, and the like. But no, mostly it'd be Whitefork would be your destination, unless obviously if you want to camp along the way, there's plenty of spots off the trail you could do that sort of thing. But
it's gonna be a cold night, couple nights, but I guess that's what we can do.
Yes. Bring lots of firewood. Well, you could gather firewood. You don't have to bring it, I suppose. But
I also have firewood. Should we want to bring some?
Well, I'll go over to Jordan and Candace and just say, so, how would you two like to get back home today? Well, not today, but would you guys like set off back for work? Give it to your father.
Yes.
Up for it?
Apparently, we've been up here for much longer than intended. We've been here for several weeks, apparently, so that's far longer than... Well, our father must be very concerned. Yes. I mean, as soon as we can get prepared, I think we should go. Absolutely.
Why don't you guys round up your stuff as soon as you can? We'd like to get as much road behind us as we can and get to Whitefork because of other people that are help. There isn't time like you two did. So
yes, absolutely. Am I still under suspicion of this malady, or have you all taken it that I've been cured of it?
No.
Okay.
Absolutely not.
Well, I suppose my sister can go with the constable then to retrieve our things from Lord Galen's manor. That's where we were staying. Lord Galen was an old friend of our father's, so yes, hopefully our things are still there. But
did you bring with you a large chest? Because we may have
needed.
No, just we came up with a couple of pack mules, and we rode horses, of course, and just simple bags, and I believe my sister had a chest with some of her clothes in it, but nothing with jewels in it, no.
Who said anything about jewels?
I must have misheard. I'm sorry. I thought you said a large chest with jewels in it. I must have misheard you.
He knows too much.
I thought you said...
You ask him again, he's going to start naming items.
Yeah, I thought you said a large chest with jewels in it. No? Did I...
I said large chest.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he just said large chest.
Okay, I inserted. So yeah, Candace goes with the deputy then back up to the manor to try and retrieve their stuff, and they'll meet you back here if you guys want.
And I'm gonna go
So
back to my place and gather some furs and other things so I can start building out, basically like hunting hammocks.
Sure.
So the ones that stretch between the trees that kind of have two coverings that I
Yeah.
generally use
Under-
myself,
under
but
blanket,
just
yeah.
to keep people off the ground
All right, sounds good.
because it's steep.
Do I remember coming here to Fall with a horse? Like, did we ride horse here?
I think you could have ridden a horse, or you could have hiked it. So it's kind of dependent on what you think your provisions would have been. Renting horses can be kind of expensive. I would imagine you probably just hiked it with the group because it's
Okay.
Just a little more thrifty to use your own two legs, but.
All right, Brent, you said you're all packed and ready to go. Do you want to stay here with the boy, make sure he's okay? And I'll go get my stuff and we can meet up.
This
That
entire
way.
time I've been sharpening my short sword. And as I'm looking into it, I'm like, yeah, I'll keep a good eye on him.
And I'll kind of go whisper to Breck, and don't you dare kill him, or you'll have me to answer to. He's not the crazy butler. He's a kid who, at the same end that we was just thinned out.
I withhold the right to defend myself.
That is wise.
Good. Pat, pat. And I go to the stone inn, get my stuff out of my room, check out.
Okay,
I
yeah.
just give him and I give Jordan just a big smile.
Make a intimidation.
No,
Intimidation
just
check.
I can still
I mean, if he gets intimidated,
Really?
that's his choice. I'm not doing it intentionally.
Well, yeah, we'll find. Oh, we'll find out if he's intimidated, or if he
Okay,
thinks you're
yeah,
actually
yeah,
being
let
friendly.
Sure. How about I'm not very intimidating as a person, so I mean 11.
11. Okay, yeah, he isn't terrified, but he kind of sees you smile and he kind of goes,
He's second guessing.
yeah, he's uncomfortable. Smiles and tries to.
And I start
reposition
whistling
himself.
while I work.
Yeah.
We put a pillow in the barrel. It'd be comfortable. We put a nail on the other side in case it gets frisky. It's a plan.
So you guys, anything else that you want to do in town here? You just grab your stuff and reconvene back at the temple?
Go to the dealers and get a receipt, just
Okay.
so I can prove that I bought the diamonds when I didn't capture the courier who were doing it.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, so
No card. They wouldn't appreciate being left behind.
you go there and you find her at the counter there, and she greets you enthusiastically, just like, oh yes, we're getting the messenger sent out. He'll be leaving any minute now. So yes, my associates down there will be able to get it turned around for you right away. So
Small plan. I'll be doing the order. You don't no need to hire your courier or anything, so you can save on that cost if you want. I just need the order forms and the money that I gave, and I'll go pick it up myself. We're kind of on a time crunch right now.
okay, certainly.
Gonna be a problem?
You can, and she goes to a little lock chest and brings out this receipt for or an order form, essentially.
Yeah.
It's in this packet. She kind of opens it up and shows you what's in there. It has the order form for the powdered diamond and for the diamond dust and the gold value for it. And she directs you to the jewel of Whitefork, which is the jewelry shop down there, a gem dealer that she associates with. So she just goes, yes, you could go and claim it there. Certainly, yes.
All right. Sounds good. And did she give me the money for it all that I paid her?
The money for what?
Oh, sorry. No. So she was okay. She paid the. Oh, I gave her so never. Okay, we're good.
Yep. So you're all
she would have the money that she was going to buy that stuff for, right?
Right.
She's paying
So,
diamond.
yeah. So, she'll go back and get you a chest for that, so that you can go ahead and.
Okay, got it.
And so she'll give you this chest with, actually, it's platinum pieces in it, so it's smaller, so it's a little more manageable. Okay. So it's 40 platinum in this sturdy metal lockbox that she gives you.
Okay.
That will
well, great. Thank
never
you.
get pilfered.
Thank you, Glenn. That looks like our business is included. You don't have to worry about it anymore.
Yes.
So I'll save you some postage there.
Yes. Feel free to come back and visit once I get a proper display stand set up in the store here. It'll be the talk of the town. I'll have a grand opening. You'll see. It'll be lovely.
Glad to hear it. Glad I could help, and thanks for your help.
Indeed, yes.
And I'll just walk out.
All right, have a good one. And, yeah. You guys all meet back up at the cathedral then, I take it?
Yeah. Okay. All we have to do now is just get a explanation of the ritual from Father Bell, and then we're ready to go.
Yeah, so...
And worms.
Yep. So you've actually got the worms from the staff from Lord Galen's manor, so you could take them from that stockpile. Actually, that would use up all of the ones left. No, there'd be a couple left over still. Just one left over.
Great.
So yeah, he brings back us one of those jars. He's like,
so here's I make sure you keep a lid on that. I do believe they would try and get up in somebody's business were they released from the jar.
They're like worming around down at the bottom of it. They're little cilia pinchers on the side. Yeah.
I don't know if they require oxygen or not, but maybe just crack the lid every day or so, just wouldn't want them dying on the journey, As I said, I don't know if they require that sort of thing, but fresh air does most people good, so maybe it's necessary for these things as well.
We poke a hole on the top that's smaller than the worm, so it can't crawl through, or is that risky?
I didn't want to hazard it, so I just left the lid as secure as I could, and then I've just been kind of cracking the lid every day. They don't seem to try and escape, but I believe they would if it was tipped over or something, so just, keep it secure. Don't break it.
We'll put in a pad chest.
Excellent idea. All right, well...
Well, we always have the staff if we need.
That's true. What?
We have a staff? Sorry.
Galen's pimp cane.
Staff.
And why am I driving the cart? Oh, sorry.
All right, so yeah, he gives you this scroll and references the church that down there. It's another Temple of the Dawnfather, and there's the cleric there is Simon Marshall. So he's refers you to him, gives you like a little introduction letter along with the scroll for the ritual, and kind of
It's like, hey, everything's in there, so Simon's a good lad. He should be able to take care of you all just fine. Yes, should work out. I do hope nothing worsens in your condition between now and then.
You're all in your debt, Father Bell. Thanks for doing the research on this and for helping us out.
Yes.
We owe you our minds to this. So
You all have done this town a great service. There's an evil lurking underneath the surface, which might have been revealed at a later time after things had gotten much worse. So, I thank you all for saving as many as you have. Hopefully, all those that were left in the caves are able to get similar healing at some point as well. We'll have to draw up some sort of town lottery or something to maybe requisition diamond dust for them as well, assuming a number of them are able to be healed when they return.
I wish we could more.
No, you've done very well, and I thank you all very much.
okay.
Well,
Let's head out.
let's go.
All right, so you guys make your way south through the town, walking around, and a number of people are noticing you guys at this point, and they're all kind of like nodding at you as you go by and, you know, talking to each other. There's been a lot of commotion surrounding your guys' presence here, but the deputies and the constable have all kind of talked about this, so word's definitely got around about what you guys did, not only at the caves, but the fact that Lord Galen himself was somehow involved in some nefarious goings-on, and yeah, so it's quite the talk, and a lot of people seem to be noticing you guys as you go by, and kind of some just kind of like give you a stern nod, like, you know, good work. Others more like gossipy, kind of talking around, but everyone seems to be kind of noticing you guys as you walk out of town. And as you continue on there, you pass the large hill in the center of town. That was the location that the Heartstone was in, and you guys continue south and get on the winding trail that exits the town. Goes down through, like, you can see it dropping down on the other side of the valley that the town is kind of situated in, and it starts dropping steeply down the mountain. You can see it zigzagging through the rocky sides there as it goes down. The river that leaves Lake Galen continues out of that area as well, and it also goes down the mountainside steeply into a series of falls and rushing rapids and things like that. So as you guys start walking down, the river's on your left as you're continuing down, and you guys like start doing the switchbacks going down the mountain. And by this time it's around, you know, probably around noon from everything that happened, and you guys got things going pretty quickly, but I'd say, yeah, it's about noon when you leave. So you got a good 6 hours of daylight left before it starts getting dark and you want to think about camping. The path is pretty straightforward. It's not like a major thoroughfare, but it is a fairly well established road leading down, and it's just cut into the mountainside there. So after about 6 hours, it's, you know, you've made your way down a good portion of it and left the town of Galen Falls high up in the mountains behind you. Big deciduous trees, you got a bunch of pines surrounding you, and when at first you had kind of a light crusting of snow, you can see how farther down the mountainside eventually you'll get to a point where you are exiting kind of the snow portion of it, as it's still just the early part of winter, but you still have a light dusting of snow around as you guys walk down. and as the sun begins to set behind the mountains, you guys now can set up camp for the night or try and hike through the night. Jordan and Candace, I assume you guys unbound Jordan's feet so he could hike, but did you guys unbind his hands as well, or is he okay? Yeah, and so they've been keeping up pretty well. Candace isn't quite the endurance runner or anything like that, but she's still moving along.
They have horses though. Didn't they had horses?
Yeah, so they did come up. It would have taken a little more time, but yeah, you could have gotten their horses as well from the local stable there, and so yeah, she could be on her horse. Jordan loaded his up with bags and has been walking with you guys, just trying to engage in conversation, primarily with you, Dakren, since you explained that you're friends of his father, and he's just been trying to kind of engage you just in like, so tell me, how did you know my father? You're friends from the war, or?
I'm hiking with a black metal red veined walking stick.
Okay.
Yeah, he was one of my generals in the Third War. A really good friend of mine, helped me through a lot of hard times, especially towards the end there. So, yeah, good man.
Yes, he seems to have kept in touch with a number of old soldiers. You lot kind of had to spread out to various things afterwards. It's been an interesting time since it was all over. We stayed in Whitefork, my sister and my mother and I, and we just kind of watched from the distance. You only heard the news reports and got the updates from people when they came through. But a strange time. Hobgoblins, they sound nasty.
They're the worst. Soulless wretches. Nothing but war in their minds, no love. They're awful. If you ever see one, don't have any pity for it. They're awful.
I had tried to
Must
talk
have
to
just
Father.
been.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
You must have been just young enough that you didn't have to draft it. So you're lucky. I hope there's not going to be a 4-war against them.
I tried to get Father to take me when he would return for brief periods, but he always told me that I had to stay home and study my books and go on with my education as opposed to going off to become a soldier. So we'll see. Maybe I think now that I've come of age, I'll be able to go and maybe make a name for myself in some other manner now. But yes, Father doesn't seem.
If a name for yourself is worth injuries like this, and I point to my arm that's been in a sling the past couple of days because it's just been so bad, especially since the tail just slammed into it, then that's great. Glory war is good for some people, but I don't know, it wasn't worth it. So I hope it's worth it to you if that happens in your life.
Yes. It seems those are the people that Father respects most, though, is his old army fellows. He deals with the tradesmen, but you can tell he doesn't have the respect for them that he does. So maybe that's what it'll take to get his respect for me. I don't know. I think he still sees me as just a boy, but
I'm sure you make him proud more than you think. Be grateful that you have a father who loves you and wants to protect you. I'm sure he mostly wanted to protect you from the war and the horrors that it brings. He sent us to find you, and I can tell that he was worried about you. So no worries there.
I appreciate that. Thank you. Truly, thank you for all that you've done. my sister was telling me, from what Father Bell told her, it sounds like it was a very, very dire situation. I apologize for my part in it, although, as I said, it's still quite foggy. I'm having trouble. It's still just a blur almost, but over the day it seems like a few things have been falling together. But yeah, very odd, very odd.
I was restored yesterday, and it was kind of a rough night. A lot of memories came in the night, though. Might be the same for you. Just have a fair warning.
Yes, yes.
But I feel great. It's good, and I hope that we can get there in time to help the rest of these guys who've helped me out.
Yes, I hope so. I'm sure Father will do everything in his power if anything is required of him. So, he always tried to take care of his men. I know that much. The rest of you guys doing anything or talking to anybody, or just kind of marching stoically along as you go?
I'm using my drum to help us along in our journey intermittently. You know, I don't know if the reason they played the drums and marching was to not only to keep a cadence, but it also kept them alert. Remember what they were about.
Yep.
So I'll enhance that however I can enhance it. But
What kind of drum you got going there? Is it a snare kind of drumstick situation, or more like a strap kind of bongo up here? Like, what kind of vibe are you putting out there?
just the
I imagine
classic,
he's
the
a steel
Irish.
drum.
Get what the drum's called off the top of my head, but it's just the Irish steel drum.
Oh, okay, all right, all right. So you got a little, not calypso, but you got.
There's
Need
no
to go.
Okay,
bongos.
okay.
I can't think of what. Next time I'll have a name for it. It's about the size of a snare drum, but you hold it with your hand, and it's just a good portable drum
Okay, but
that I can
it's metal, huh?
beat out of
Like a.
cadence. No, it's
No,
it's
I was just making
natural
a joke
material.
about it being a steel drum.
Oh, okay.
No, it's not a calypso drum.
I was gonna. Hey, man, you know,
Not made out of a 50-gallon metal drum. No.
you'd be
I
a
just felt
jolly.
that tone matches your character.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, God,
I can see it. I can see
the
it.
tone would match my lynching. I'm not
Right.
trying for a lynching today of the bard. I'm just trying to lighten the load a little bit.
Yeah. No, it sounds good.
Stories and chant and a little bit of cadence and
Yeah. Um, as you guys.
No, I'm
the
just
goats know where they're
waiting
going, so I don't have to
till
worry about them.
traveling until we have to take our first rest before we reach
Yeah.
Whitefork.
Yep. Yes, you guys marching along, and eventually, as the sun's setting there and it getting dark, you guys can start looking for a place off the side of the road. There's places to, camp between the road and the river, and so you could look out for a good spot there. Does somebody want to take point on searching for a location, or who wants to do a search for a good spot? It seems like Reth's kind of vibe. Yeah.
I guess it'd be the same for perception and survival for this one.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
I will roll that. That's gonna be.
You can do it with advantage too,
That's
actually, because
yeah.
you'll have your party helping you out. So,
Ooh,
Jasper's
much
kind
better.
of.
So that'll be a 21.
Nice. So yeah, you look around and you can see a part where after one of the switchbacks, it angles back over towards the river, and there's a large outcropping of rock. And from the prevailing winds that come down the valley here that you'll be in the leeward side of this big old rock. It'll provide a nice break, a little clearing of trees around it, and relatively close access to the river off to the side, so you can get some water out of there and replenish your water skins and that sort of thing. Looks like a very nice little spot to set up camp there. So you kind of direct them over to that spot, and everyone kind of nods and ends up pulling off over that way, and you guys can set up camp for the night. The Westfall kids are kind of sticking together now that they've stopped, and Candace is kind of quiet off to the side there, just talking with her brothers as they eat some trail rations and kind of get themselves ready for the evening. Yeah, there's actually you could either set up your hammocks in the trees or set up in the leeward side of this rock as well. Kind of up to you where you want to do that. Jasper.
I'll chop firewood if anyone needs help.
Yeah. You go around, gather wood from the area. Because this large rock's there, it actually is provided a break from the snow too, so this area that you're in is actually relatively dry as well. So after not too much long, you can get a good pile of wood for the evening and set up a nice little campfire there. You guys want to do anything before bed, or just pack it in and call it a night?
Take care of my goats.
What was that?
Take care of my goats.
Your goats?
Yep.
Did you bring goats?
They're pulling the wagon.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, I'm riding in the cart.
Well, you could have goats.
Wild, quick in the cart.
You'd be hard pressed to get a wagon through here. Yeah, they're you'll have to just. I thought you can call your feet your goats if you want.
What I'll do without my goat? I'll have to rethink things.
Yeah, you could have some pack goats if you want.
Riding on a goat cart. I think they'd be angry if I made them pack goats.
Yeah. But yeah, so this was mostly a journey by foot, except for Candace, who's the only one who was riding on a horse. So you guys had to hike it. But yeah, so anything before bed, or just pack it in, call it a night?
I'm still mourning the loss of my goat cart, so I don't know.
Whoever's keeping watch better keep watch.
I can keep watch first.
You set up a watch. I'll be glad to do watch.
Right.
I just realized I don't have a tent to sleep in.
I have.
Oh, I'll be close to fire, I guess.
I have a 2-person tent, which I imagine we'll probably just give to the kids. But I have like a few hammocks that we can string up. Probably like 3 or 4.
Jasper's very enthusiastic about the hammock, and as soon as you bring it out, he's like, "I use hammocks too. They're great, aren't they? What kind of nuts do you like to use? I prefer the clove on there because it doesn't slip. But some people say they like the slip nuts better. I never agreed with that."
I do not have names for my nuts. I tie the ones that work.
Oh, all right. Yeah, that's fair enough.
I suppose I can call my nuts goats.
The goat knot.
I just have the great cloak and a bedroll.
Okay, all right, yeah. You guys have your kind of winter coats that you got for yourselves before coming up here, obviously. So, yeah, you're more or less prepared. But so you guys want to take Reth? You're going to take the first watch.
Yep.
Okay.
And 18-year-old. If you're not a boy, I would recommend that you stop looking for the approval of your father. If you spend all of your time looking for him to approve of you, you will not do anything for him to approve of.
That's one way to think of it, I suppose. Yeah.
Good one.
He kind of nods and just like quiet. I'll think about that. Yes. Thank you.
I start calling you the Sphinx.
Cryptic knowledge at convenient times. Yeah.
Just blunt.
Are we going to be doing one at a time, or are we going to take it together? The watches. How do you guys want to do that? Just one at a time, or?
I am fine on my own, but if you'd like to join, you can.
There's the 4 of us that are adventurers. We could each take 2 hours.
I
That's
see
what
well in
the-
the dark.
All right, all right. Yeah.
Well, we
At
can
first,
certainly time that for the moon cycle.
at first, the Jordan earlier in the evening, he was like, "Yes, I'll help you all keep watch as well." And then towards the end, after like the meal's kind of finished and you guys are sitting around, he's like by the fire, just like falling asleep, sitting up. He's just like, yeah, snapping.
Pull him back
Yeah.
away from the
Yeah.
fire.
I'm sorry. I think perhaps that ritual took a bit more out of me than I realized. But yes, I'd be happy to take a watch.
We would be happy for you to sleep.
I really do have a couple of those tent hammocks, by the way,
Yeah.
and I love them.
No, they're
I
great.
discovered them in the service, and I've used
They're
them ever since.
fantastic.
Yeah,
This is a Boy Scout
Yeah.
master telling you.
yeah,
I
they're
believe me, I'm more than happy.
Yeah.
Mosquito netting built in.
Yep.
Well, anyway, sorry.
And the importance of an underblanket cannot
Yes.
be understated or overstated.
And there is actually a skill to hanging those, so you don't end up crushed by your own hammock.
Yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, you guys set up there. You can hear the river kind of roaring off to the side there, and Reth, you take the first watch. You go ahead and make a perception check for that.
It's going to be an 11.
11. Okay. Yeah. So it's actually pretty quiet. Yeah. You're well into full darkness now. The stars are out and brightly shining. Everything's quite clear. Very, very clear night air. And yeah, it's just the roar of the river and the rush of water. And yeah, your comrades sleeping over the occasional snores over the pop of the fire there. But Jasper sits up with you during this, and he's just kind of chattering as you guys. He's always trying to engage you in conversation, just like, "So you're from Galen Falls? That's great. What's it like growing up there? Seems like a small town. Did you ever meet any gnomes up there? Were there gnomes ever?"
I did not grow up in Galen Falls.
Oh,
I do not know exactly what a gnome is.
well, that's me. I'm a gnome. We're the little people that you've never met a gnome before.
I thought you were half-thing.
Ah, right. Now they're somewhat similar, I suppose. We're both of a height. They're a bit taller. But no, we're different. We're kind of like the difference between. I don't know. You like dwarves and humans? It's kind of like they're similar height too, but different.
I suppose that makes sense. I do not
Like a
know a
gnome
lot
and a
about
gnome
the
titan.
different races.
Right. Yeah, gnomes are great. My family's rock gnomes. We like to build things. They're magical enchanters, that sort of thing. Yeah. So where are you from? If you're not from Galen Falls?
I'm from the forest.
I love the forest. Forests are great.
You think a lot of things are great.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of things that are great. A lot of things that are terrible, don't get me wrong, but forests are great. I love forests. Do you follow the tree? Are you a fan of the Tree Father? He's the god of forests, god of trees, god of nature, that sort of thing. He's great. He's a great god.
I do not follow gods.
All right. You seem. I think the Tree Father would like you. Is all I'm saying. You're very. You're like in his wheelhouse, sort of. You get the.
He has not met me. Most people who meet me do not like me.
Oh, I like you, Father.
I am not in many wheelhouses.
I think you're great. You seem like a lot of fun.
Well, compared to someone as small as you, I suppose I am great.
Right. That's what I'm saying. And you like hammocks, and I like hammocks. I mean, the whole time he's like making arrows, you see he's like gets these long branches that he kind of just gathers from the forest as he's been walking around through the day. He'll pick up a long branch like, oh, that one's good, and put it in there. And so he's kind of like stripping bark from them and putting these flint arrowheads on the top and rubbing like paste on them and stuff like that, putting all these arrows together as you guys talk around the fire.
Does he use a crossbow or a regular bow?
He's got a really long, looks like a walking staff, but it's got a string on it, and so he uses it like a walking staff, but it's for him it's like a longbow essentially. It's like a really tall long staff, but you can see it's.
I would probably give him some feathers and stuff for fletchings, because I make my own arrows for hunting.
You an archer too?
Yes, I hunt, which is how I make my living.
Right.
You do not put fletchings on, that may be why you miss.
I try putting them on sometimes. They don't seem to stick on very well, but I'll try some of yours. Maybe it'll be better. What do you use for adhesive? I use slugs.
That can work if you make a poultice out of some plants or sap. That can be helpful. You get fresh tree, you score the wood, make one incision along the wood, stick the side of the feather in, cauterize with fire, make a nice edge, and then you rub sap on either side, leave up, and wait until it dries until you do the other two.
Okay. Actually, make a perception check as you're talking to him about arrows and watching him make arrows here.
That's a 17.
17. You do notice he is not very good at making arrows. You're like looking at these things and it's like very rudimentary, the actual arrow design. It's not nearly as refined as yours are. You can tell that it's like he's just not great at making arrows. So as you're giving him tips on this, he's like really paying attention. He's just like, right. I'll try that.
When you put fletching on, you don't curve it. It seems like you want it to spin more, but it will spin naturally if you put straight. Don't curve around the side of the shaft.
I did actually think the curving thing was a good idea. Okay, so don't do that. All right. Great.
That is if you want to create a drop arrow for shooting birds. But for straight arrow, you want straight fletching.
Okay, all right. Great. Well, hey, thank you very much. That's a good tip. I'll try and do that. And you can see he's like trying to adjust for it. And mostly I just stick with kind of specialty arrows, I call them. They do cool stuff, but all right.
Well, be careful with your specialty things. Regular arrows can do more than enough.
I suppose. I had to invent most of it myself. Is kind of a, invent as I go sort of a thing. So.
It is
How do you say vodka?
Vodka.
That's what I thought.
All right, so yeah, the watch continues, and it's pretty uneventful, other than some really good arrow talk, and he's very enthusiastic about all of his little designs and inventions. But at the end of that time, you can wake up the next people in line and go ahead and pass the torch, so to speak. So who's getting up for the next watch here?
Did we decide any particular order? We could just go clockwise here.
I'll wake up a dwarf because I know they can see at night.
Okay. So
my only choice is just dwarf. One of you.
All right. You do you pretend to be asleep, Bran, or do you wake up? Oh, I think we might have lost him. Oh no, Bran. I think we lost him. The dwarf sleeps.
He fell out of his hammock.
Yeah, he sleeps soundly, and you're unable to rouse him. So we'll go ahead and wake up Dakren next, I guess, then, if you want to go to the next guy in line. Bran grunts and rolls over.
I'll get up.
It is time for you to take over.
All right, thanks. I will do that.
Okay.
I'll just lay on the ground right next to the fire.
Okay. Jasper goes over to his hammock and takes his little conical gnome hat and pulls it down over his eyes and snuggles in. Yeah, you can take your watch. You want to make a perception check there, Dakren?
That is a 7.
7? Okay. All right, so the evening progresses. Yeah, you're well into the cool night now, and as you sit there kind of trying to get closer to the fire to warm up, you just stay there getting warm, kind of put your hands in. You find yourself staring into the fire a little too much as suddenly a large force hits you in the back and and hits you, but you kind of just get pushed out of the way, and jumping off to the side of you now, you see this wolf, just ragged and torn and bloody, and it seems like it's just in the firelight. They're just and it has kind of jumped at you, but was unable somehow to hit your AC with that. But then coming now from the sides after this, a number of other forms come rushing towards you from the side, and you can see these ragged figures, one lurching out of the forest, and a couple more darting towards you. Let's roll some initiative as these beasties attack you.
Oh, that's just for him, correct?
All right. We're all asleep.
I'll just yell, wolves to arms.
Yeah. So we'll put them over here, sleeping. You here. Everyone else kind of spread around in this area here. Let's see. Dun 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 dun. There we go. These folk are all sleeping. We'll say like that. And this one rushed out at you here. Hit you from behind. We'll say this is the fire here in the center. All right. What's everyone's initiative looking like?
21.
Ooh.
14.
That's
All right.
plus 2. That's 15.
Okay. Okay. All right. So this one kind of hits you and sits there on the side, snarling at you, and was unable to connect. But this one comes running out from the side as well. He comes over to you. He's going to have some pack tactics working for him here.
Are they huge wolves?
They're pretty big. Those tokens are, they're not quite that large. It's not like a horse, but they're good sized. That is going to be a bite attack. That's going to hit for sure. And ooh, ouch. So that's 14 points of piercing damage as you kind of like jostled off to the side there and take a step. This other one comes and just chomps into your leg and takes a big old bite out of you. And you're yelling for everyone else to get up. But as that's happening, you see, make a perception check, I guess. A panicked perception check now that you're looking around. Let's see.
17.
17. Yeah, you do see this guy kind of running out here. Nasty thing kind of coming out of the forested area there. And it's like this nasty, lurching, like horribly deformed deer kind of creature up on two legs, just like coming at you. It's gonna run around to here and try and gore you. And then this one's gonna come over this way and start tearing at the tent there, trying to get into the tent. Okay, and so this guy's gonna try and stab you with his horns. Oh gosh, ouch. 18. Yeah, that's 18 on the die, so that's gonna be, oh, not too bad. Bad roll. So 7 points of piercing damage as he like jabs you with its horn and flings you backwards. So you actually get knocked prone.
Do I get a saving throw for that or anything?
Yeah,
or
sorry,
is it just automatic?
Strength save, yeah. Give it a strength save.
22.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, so you're good. You take the horns and they pierce into your side a bit, but you manage to grab onto them and like just push yourself back and resist it. And then you see this one over by the tent where the twins are, just tearing into it, and they start screaming inside. And they have all gotten their surprise round, and that brings us back up to you, Dakren.
All right. My eyes are going to flash, and then suddenly 3 illusory duplicate myself are going to start dancing around my space. So there are 4 Dakrens.
Nice.
And that's my action. And so, yeah, all I can do is going to be ready to fight from that.
All right. That first wolf is going to try and bite at you. Actually, it doesn't do very good. That's only a 14 to hit, so I think that misses, huh?
Still hit.
That'll hit? Oh.
Hits.
Ouch. Okay. Another bite at you. 7. Ouch. 9 points of piercing damage as he chomps into
All right, it bites one of my duplicates, and the duplicate disappears in a puff of smoke.
Oh, man. Okay, so that misses. All right. Good use of that. Yeah, the kind of snaps through it, and it snarls and just kind of slavers, and you can see now it's like there's the wolf head there, but the flesh is like kind of been torn off parts of it, and you can see like this kind of pulsing red flesh underneath it, and this creature in front of you is like this mutated strange deer creature, just like kind of swinging at you with its arms and snarling. Let's see. Reth, you are up.
You about had it with aberrants.
It's going to take... I mean, yeah, bundled up in a hammock, I feel like that's a whole action.
I'm just sleeping on the ground next to the fire.
That's right. Oh,
Yeah.
my
I was
gosh.
in my bedroll. So I assume I'm by the fire because I was in my bedroll.
All right, so put you guys over here. And, all right, so you can pop up to your feet. I should have had that guy attack you. I forgot you were sleeping by the fire. All right, so you pop up to your feet there, and you see this thing kind of attacking the tent behind you, and these 3 surrounding Dakren by the fire there.
All right.
I'm gonna get. I think I'll help Dakren first. And how he's in the worst. Oh, I'm sorry. Who's going here?
Yeah, sorry.
Is it
It's
Dex?
Reth is up right now. Yep.
Sorry, Dex.
All right, so let's go ahead and use half my movement to stand up.
Okay. Yep.
And then I am going to rage, and I assume I don't have all my stuff on me, so I'm just going to go for claws.
Okay.
And let's go ahead and attack the one that's attacking the tent.
Okay. Turn around and come after that guy. Go ahead and make your attack.
Oh, and I'll make that reckless. Let's roll 2. Here we go. Wow, I rolled 2 17s.
Okay.
That's fun.
Will they both
So
hit?
that's going to be a 23. Yeah.
Okay.
That's going to be a d6.
Always hogging the bad guys.
So that's going to be 9 damage on the first one.
9 damage on the first one. Okay.
Then we'll take that second claw attack. And that's going to be 17 again, so that's 23.
All right.
Or wait, no, it's going to be 11 damage because I'm raging.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
There we go. So that's 2 plus 3 plus 2. That's going to be 7 more slashing damage.
Okay. Yeah, you go tearing into this thing and you feel your claws ripping into this flesh, and there's just this gross smell wafting out of it. It's like half-rotted meat, and all of your instincts are that this thing is just horrific and revolting, and your rage, you just want to destroy it, but you rip these big chunks of flesh off it, and as it's focused on the tent, it didn't really see it coming, but as you do that now, it just like the head twists around, just goes and looks back at you and goes like these monstrous horns on it. All right.
Sounds good. That's it for me.
All right. And now the second wolf is going to take a little nibble at you, Dakren. Oh, okay. All right. That one hits. But let's see if it hits one of your mirror images.
It does not. It hit the real one.
Okay, hit you. All right. So he's going to take a nibble at you. Oh, not too bad. Only 7 points of piercing damage as it bites on you again. And Hargus.
Covered with blood now.
Yeah. Hargus, you are up.
Okay. I'll go ahead and do a physical attack. 11.
Which one do you want to attack here? What are you going for?
Okay. Oh,
Got a wolf.
well, it looks like I'll go ahead and attack that wolf.
Okay.
I'll go ahead and attack the wolf on I can't remember his name.
We got one
Dakren.
on the far side of Dakren.
Yeah.
You want to attack this one here?
I can't point to it.
This one here?
No, one closest to me.
One
yes.
closest to you. Okay. All right. But you got an 11. You said?
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah. You go at it with your rapier. I assume, or.
Right.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, you're still trying to shake the sleep from your eyes, and as you lunge forward, it just kind of dodges out of the way a little bit and snarls at you.
Can I do it's not called shot. Shoot, I can't get the thing of it. Special action this time.
You can bonus
Is it called,
action inspire somebody. You can bonus action inspire somebody.
Okay. Well, that's what I'll do.
Okay.
Dakren looks like he needs help. So
Needs some inspiration, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Do you have
with the demon knives.
All right, so you get your D6, I think it is, Dakren.
Right. Let me see here.
All right.
It's good.
Okay. Well, let's see here. What is this guy gonna do? He's just gonna keep going for you. The horrible kind of mutated deer thing is gonna swing at you with two of its claws here as it's kind of reared back on these hideously deformed legs. It swings at you with two. Oh, geez, that's not very good at all.
Two strikes is what I
So
was
the
trying to
first
think
one,
of.
the first claw misses, but the second one is a 15 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
It's okay. Not too bad. Only 5 points of slashing damage as it tears.
Is
I
it?
am unconscious.
You're unconscious?
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Yep.
Oh, man.
Is it possible for me to be between those two so I could do a sentinel attack, or do I have to? Because if I could, I'd want to be in between those two bottom ones.
The wolves or the... Because you said you wanted to go over and attack the one that was going after the tent, so I got you.
Right, but would I be able to be in range of both of those?
Oh.
Or do I have to be down? Because I would have positioned myself between the two.
No,
if I
they're
could.
too far away to be in
Okay.
range of both, yeah. Yeah, so you wouldn't be able to get both. That was that fellow. Okay, so now it is Jasper's turn. He is going to, in a panic, roll out of bed. And sits up. It's his action to do that, and he rolls out, kind of drops on the ground there. His long staff propped up right next to him there, and he is gonna have to. Let's see, does he perception check to see what's going on? Oh gosh, not good. So he
Hey, baby.
does that. So yeah, he will. Yeah, just get ready. That was his turn to do that. So, all right.
I would think. Well, never mind. I would
What are you gonna
think
say?
it would maybe take all his movement to do that. Maybe not an action. I don't know.
Yeah, it's kind of tough. I'm just trying to think of like last time I was
Is that
bundled up
double
sleeping in a
bone or
hammock.
anything?
Yeah. Yeah, I think getting out of there.
It's more of just like movement, like move out of it and then
It's
an
full-
action.
Because if it's half your movement just to stand up, I think all of your movement would suffice for like
slide
getting
out.
down from something. Yeah,
Okay.
And then
yeah.
still have your
We'll say
action.
if he
because they're not
if he
not
does his
complex.
acrobatics, if he gets a good acrobatics, then hey, 19 on the
Okay.
die. You got a
That's
great
fair.
acrobatics. So yeah, quick
There we
as a
go.
bunny
Flip
rabbit.
out of blankets.
Yep. And as he does that, he quickly grabs two of these. You know them to be rather inferior arrows, Reth, but he puts two of them
boy.
onto his bow and draws it back and fires off two at the same time, one at each of these nasty deer creatures. So the first one and the second one. Okay. Well, as luck would have it, the one right in front of you, it goes soaring over the thing's head, misses by a mile. But
Oh,
the
man.
one behind you, it hits, and as it hits, it explodes in a shower of little golden like dust around it, like a little dust ball, like poofs around it, and does some damage. 9. All right, not bad. Yeah, pierces into this thing, and there's this burst of like glittering dust around it that kind of hovers around it for a bit, and you can see this thing kind of glowing behind you, and it screams out as it's impacted. And that is that. The next one is going to turn around and take an attack at you. The deer creature, Reth, as it turns around, it swings these giant horns at you. Oh, dang. That's a natural 20.
Cool.
So that's going to hit. Ooh, 13 points plus the 4. So 17 points of piercing damage, and make a strength save as it like pierces into you and tries to toss you backwards.
Okay. Oh, there we go. That's going to be, let's see, saving throw. That's a 24.
24. Okay, yeah. So you just take it, and the horns pierce into your chest and side, and you just push it down, kind of grapple it back, and push it back a little bit of its own. And after disengaging, it just turns around there and snarls at you. Is Bran back? Do we have?
I think he fell asleep or something.
Oh, man,
He hasn't talked for a while.
Yeah. All right. Well, we will. I guess we'll just Jaeger him since he's still part of the party, guys. So we'll say his full action to do that. He'll jump down, make a couple attacks on these guys with his daggers. One hit, so unfortunately no sneak attack. So he does a little bit of piercing damage. And okay. All right, back at the top with you, Dakren. Go ahead and make a death save.
All right.
All right.
Oh, man.
All right, the snarling wolves now turn their attention to this little bard who took a shot at him, so he runs over, and he's going to snap at you a couple times, Hargus. Well, just, so let's see. Natural 1, and no. So, yeah, he misses. He's snapping, and you're managing to just dodge around and kind of push it out of the way. You can smell the rot kind of wafting off of it. It seems like this thing is either half dead or only half alive, but it is not a pleasant thing. The second wolfie is going to go help his buddy out, so he's over to here, and he's going to now attack with advantage. That will hit for sure. So that'll be 12 points of piercing damage as he does bite into you and draw blood from your thigh.
Oh,
Snarling and pulling at your leg. You're like getting pulled around. Oh boy.
sound of badness, damn it.
All right. Reth, it is your turn.
All right. I am going to... Let's see. Yeah, so let's bonus action shift. So I'm going to gain some temporary hit points. Let's roll those. 5. So it's going to take me up to 11 temporary hit points. And my AC is up by 1. That is helpful. All right. So let's attack this one again. This one I already attacked. And we'll make that reckless. And that is a math 20 total.
20 to hit.
That hits. That's going to be 8 damage.
Okay.
And then for the second attack, I'll go again at the same one. And that's a natural 20.
Oh, man.
Beautiful. I love having advantage. So that's 5 plus 6. It's 11, 12, 13. Wait. 12, 13, 14. So that's going to be 16 damage on that hit.
An additional 16, huh? Ooh, doggy. All right. It is looking pretty bad. I mean, it looked pretty bad to start with, but you shear off a huge chunk of flesh and you just like rip off a piece of the rib cage and it kind of goes flops off to the side and it just goes.
And would it be possible to circle around to be between this thing and the wolf that's
by Vargas?
Yeah.
Yeah, you could. You want to squeeze between them here?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. There's room for that.
To see if I can sponge some or something.
Kind of oversized pawns there. Yeah, so you circle around, get in between them, and yeah, you got this nasty wolf thing behind you. Very good. Okay, is that your turn?
Yep, that's all I can do.
Okay, all right, Hargis, you are up. Got two of these nasty little boogers on either side, snarling.
Well, that spell it was a shoot. I just changed the thing. I was gonna call True Strike.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a bard cantrip.
Yeah.
Which is
True Strike, man. It is a kind of a crappy cantrip because you have to use your action to cast it. And
I didn't understand that.
Yeah.
See, I thought it was like
yeah.
Well, never mind.
So.
I'm trying to think strategy here, but I know I'm fixing to go down. So I have shoot. I want to enhance abilities and give one of these guys some good strength or something. But in order to, I'm just going to heal myself.
Okay.
Because I've got like 6 points and I'll be unconscious.
Ooh, okay. So yeah, go ahead and...
Minus 12 out of 18, so... I believe it's
all right, go
2d8 plus...
Are you going to cure wounds or healing word?
Healing word.
Healing word. Okay, so it's... oh gosh, is it... It's just 1d4 plus yeah, charisma, yeah. So it's 1d4 plus your
cure wounds, which is 1d8 plus 3.
If you got cure wounds, yeah, you can... That'll give you a little bit extra. Wounds. Okay. Go ahead and get that.
Okay. So that puts me up 8.
Okay. Okay, so you are there. Let's see.
Well, I'm taking one for the cause. I'm taking wounds so somebody else isn't taking them.
There you go. It's a sponge tank.
Yeah.
All right, so as that happens,
that's a new one.
Yeah,
it's not sad at all.
They are growling and snapping at you, and you just kind of hum your healing tunes to yourself. Just give yourself a little bump there, and they. As that happens, this one that is kind of hunkering over Dakren there, you see it quickly whip its head around and try and hit Bran with its antlers. It hits for 4 points, and then I'll do we'll see if I'd like somebody to fail a strength save if that's not too much of trouble. So we'll see if I can.
Don't look at me.
Cause him. Yeah, I know. Probably not you.
Shame on you.
Hey! All right. And I'm not just saying that, but he really did fail.
Sure he did.
And
are you back, Bran? Dustin?
Oh, are you back, Bran?
Audio on there, but
I'll say I'll let him roll it if he's back.
Sounds like he's on a button or something. It's making a noise.
Yeah. Oh, maybe he's just
weird.
Yeah, that is weird. It is kind of a clicking sound, isn't it? All right, well, he does hit him with the horns, and you see Bran go flying back 5-10 feet and is knocked prone. And then this thing hunkers down, and you see it like like with these horrible claw hand things like rifling through and like just kind of grabbing all over Dakren as he lays prone on the ground there. Okay. And that's what it does with its turn.
Does it attack me or?
No, it does not do damage to you. It's just kind of like, yeah, it's hard for everyone to see in the ruckus here, but it's like grabbing and ruffling through your clothes and stuff, like patting you down.
Okay, because there's still 3 or 2 mirror images dancing around my body, so.
It's not concentration, is it?
Nope.
Interesting. Yeah, how would that work with a... Well, if they're still dancing around, then it goes for the one that's laying on it. No, that's an interesting one. Yeah, because there are 3 images prone on the ground now. Huh? How many copies do you have left?
No, there's 3 total, yeah.
Yeah, because they mirror your movements. So if your movement is lying very still because you're unconscious, that's what they're all doing. So how many are left?
2 duplicates.
2 duplicates. Okay, so roll it like it was a hit and see if it rifles through one of the duplicates or you.
It was a duplicate.
Okay, so yeah, it reaches down and like starts to grab at this thing and its claws just pass through it. It doesn't disappear because it didn't actually do damage, but it just goes and it goes and like starts moving over to grab one of these other ones on the next turn here. Interesting. An unconscious mirror image save. That's a first. You don't see that very often.
Well done. Great plan.
Jasper sees you lying there, and he is very concerned. He is going to run over 5, 10, 15, jump over the fire. We'll see how he does. Little athletics check to see if he nails that jump. Hey, yeah, not bad. Yeah, that'll do it. It was 14. So yeah, he jumps over the fire, kind of slides in next to you and pulls out this. You can see this like it's like a leaf, kind of poultice thing that he's got, and he slaps it down on one of these huge wounds on your chest, and he is going to use that poultice for some healing. It's going to give you, let's see here, 11, so 13 points of healing. Just plops it on there, and it's this thick, goopy paste kind of like squirts out all around it as it sinks into the wounds there, and you feel it like sticking together and like holding the wounds there as you are healed for 13 points. He's like, it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad, Dakren. And he,
Does he have a switch as well?
Oh, what?
Does he have to know which one he's healing? If a duplicate?
Oh my gosh, that's a great
There might be 2 sides to this coin.
Well, he saw the invisible one get touched, so he knows it's not that one. So it's just you and the fake one, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, roll it, and gosh, I keep forgetting about these mirror images. Normally those things are concentration, so they just go away, but cool thing about mirror image is it stays. But yeah, so roll it and see if he hits the real you.
I mean, technically this is only for attacks, but I guess it makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, if he
this.
Go ahead.
So yeah, this would be a duplicate.
Okay,
That were
so
attacks.
he goes to
I don't
touch
know
it,
if
and his
I
hand.
should be.
Yeah, he goes to touch it. His hand doesn't make contact with it. So the other one's your real body's there, and he goes over and grabs you. So we'll say it still happens because
He's
can't-
smart enough to see that there's several of you and should
Yeah.
try.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he touches once,
Kinda
nothing, and
pass
smacks the other,
over.
and gives you the healing there. So,
Okay.
yeah. So you come
All right.
back to like this thing snarling. It's like on top of you, like you can feel its claws like rummaging around, like kind of frisking you almost. And as you come waking up, it's there and it like looks into your eyes and goes. And that will be the other one's turn. Sure. The other one is going to try and spear you with its horns. No, it's going to take 2 slashes at you with its claws. Oh, dang.
Me?
So the first one, no, not you. The one by Reth is going to come at Reth, sorry. So yeah, this thing kind of stops its attack of the tent and focuses on you, Reth, and takes these 2 slashes at you with these horrible claw things at the end of its arms. And does a 16 hit your AC?
Nope.
No? Oh, dang. What's your
I'm
AC?
at 18 right now.
You're at 18. All right. Well, only 1 hits then. So it slashes at you for 9 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
And just stands there like screaming at you. And all right, that brings it to Bran again, who was knocked back, and he'll use half his move to stand up and then run over and come at this thing again. He will get a sneak attack now because both of you guys are up, so we'll see if he manages to hit here. Oh yeah, that'll hit for sure. Okay, so one of those and one of those. Good old sneak attack. 5, 9. Oh man. So hits it for 18 points of piercing damage as he just comes in and just jams it in there real hard for 18. And it bellows out in pain, just this horrible piercing cry. And then he swings after Bran twists it and pulls the knife out. He swings around with the cane and is going to try and smack this thing with the cane and hits. So we'll see if this thing passes the... No, natural 1 on its con save. After it hits this thing and bellows out, you see this pulse of dark energy just go... And it like kind of freezes there mid-scream. And, yeah, it is temporarily stunned. Dakren, you're up. This thing is like just bellowed out in pain, and you saw this whack of energy on the side, and it like froze there.
Okay. I'm gonna jump to my feet and
I hate to be that guy, but did we miss the wolves?
Oh yes, you are correct. Good point. I
yeah,
missed the
I'm
I'm
wolves.
so glad you remembered those. Thank you.
One's gonna bite at you, Hargus.
Fair boy.
How does a 12 hit you, Hargus?
Oh, let me see here.
Yeah, there's
AC. Armor class 15.
Okay, all right, so it misses.
Good.
Oh gosh, and the other one bites at you and is gonna miss. It's only a 14, so he misses. So both of the wolves miss. So there you go. No harm, no foul. They're snapping away, and you guys are managing to dodge and not get bit. And everyone has gone, and that's stunned now. So yeah, all right. Okay, all right, Dakren, you're up. This thing is like frozen in like this horrible rictus scream in front of you.
Is it
So you're half your move to
paralyzed or stunned?
It is stunned.
Oh, okay. And how long is it stunned for? I'm not sure if the cane said that.
Yeah, I didn't put it on there. You would guess that at the start of its turn here, it would probably get back its ability. You just kind of
And so it just barely had its turn
it
with me, or
it was stunned by Bran, and so it actually ended up losing its turn, kind of. So,
but it's no longer stunned.
it is. Let's see.
Because you said after
Bran went
after one turn.
Oh, I forgot. No, okay, so it goes before Bran. It was stunned, and I did forget to have it go its turn before Bran. Man, I'm just screwing this thing all up today.
Okay, yeah.
So it should have gone
be
before Bran, and it is still stunned, is the thing. So
Okay, so it can act now, and then it'll be stunned after this,
yeah,
right?
so we'll just say it'll try and knock some slashes at you. So it'll do one slash at Bran since it's behind him, and that will hit, and then one slash at you, and that will also hit. So it's just kind of like slashing around. So 7 points of slashing to you, and 9 points of slashing to Bran.
7 for me.
7 for you, yeah.
All right.
Oh, if it hits not one of your images, that is.
It does. It did hit me.
Okay. Okay, so yeah, now you are up.
Okay. So yeah, if it's stunned, I'm gonna stand up and attack with my long sword with advantage. That's a 17 to hit.
That'll hit.
Uh, 14 points of slashing damage.
Okay, yeah. So you go in with your sword and you bring it around in this giant arc as it slashed you and turned around to like look towards Bran, and right before it got stunned, and the neck is there like off to the side, and you just bring it down on it. Did you roll with advantage?
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, it doesn't matter because you bring it down on this thing's neck, and you just take the whole head off, and it drops in front of you, and it is down.
Huzzah!
Yes.
All right.
Good.
Huzzah!
I'll just use most of my movement to. Actually, no, I'm just gonna stay there for now.
Okay.
It's kind of holding my gut in.
Yeah.
All right, that's it for me.
I'm good. That's it for me. I'd like to go home now.
It's turn. It's dead. Or no, Wolf. Wolf's turn. Wolf's gonna. Well, what's the wolf gonna do? It's gonna go over here and. Well, no. They'll just continue pecking away at Hargus, I guess. They kind of got a taste for you, so we'll see if they can hit you this time. That one will hit, and that one will miss. So.
Yay! Huzzah!
So 8 points of piercing damage as it bites into you again.
Which one hit?
The one, you could say the one in range of you, sure.
All right. Yeah, I'll go and make my sentinel attack.
Okay, yeah, give it a pop.
I took the 8 points of damage.
Yes, sir.
So that's going to be 24.
That will hit.
That should hit.
Yes.
And then that's going to be 10 damage.
Okay. 10 damage.
No, that sounds lovely. Sorry, y'all.
All right, yeah, you pop it with your claw there behind you, and it's kind of just snarling nasty at you. It is your turn now, Reth.
All right. I will attack the deer creature again, I guess.
Okay.
Let's go for that. We'll make that reckless. That's a 20 total.
That will hit.
That should hit. And that's going to be 11 damage. Wow, this
11
D6
damage.
loves me so far.
You slash through this thing and just rip off a huge chunk of it, and it like drops down in front of you, just and twitching on the ground.
All right, and can I circle around with my movement?
Mm-hmm.
Can I circle around this wolf?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm next to both of them.
You want to go jump over the fire, kind of a thing, or do you want to get
I'm
between
down
the
to do
tent
that.
and them on the side that you're on now?
Mostly, I just want to be next to both wolves
Okay.
because it looks like Hargus might go down.
We'll say you can get over here and be in range of both. These guys are in the tent here, but there's enough room to slide over.
Sounds good. And then I'll make my second attack on, I guess, the wolf that I hit. So that one on the right.
Okay.
Ooh, that's a lot worse. That's going to be 14 to hit.
That will hit. They
Okay,
do
cool.
not have high AC.
And that's going to be 8 damage.
8 damage. Okay. You slash into it, take a big old chunk of skin off its back, and you seem to have got its attention. But it's
I
not
want to
happy.
make Can I make an unarmed attack? Just try to kick it.
Yeah, sure.
That's going to be an 18.
That'll hit. So it's just a D4, I guess.
Well, it doesn't. If it's using the 2-weapon fighting thing, it would technically not add any modifiers, so it'd just be 1 damage.
Okay. But yeah, you give it a little boot. He goes,
Yep. Anything I can.
yeah. All right. Cool.
Good use of a bonus action.
All right, Hargus, you're up.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and try to throw. I'm going to try to help Dakren out, who seems to be staggering a little, and give him a healing word.
Okay.
I think it's just 1d4 plus 1. But
It'll be
so that's
plus
4
your
points.
3 for your
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
plus your charisma.
In that case, 6.
Nice.
6.
All right, nice.
Much appreciated.
Maybe that'll make him more active.
Yeah, a little perk.
I think he has a better chance of helping me than me helping myself, actually.
What's Hargus's healing word?
What's the word of the day?
What's Hargus's healing word?
Word up.
Hey, Dakren, you're looking real bad. Word up. And you feel slightly better.
Ow! You think there's like a pseudo growl behind that, like, meow?
You're puzzled, but somehow feel better.
What's the word? A word up. Yeah, baby, around. Sorry, you started it.
All right. So, Jasper is going to pull around. Oh, actually, let's see. You see the body on the ground twitch slightly and then hold perfectly still. But Jasper pulls out 2 more arrows, and he's going to fire one. He's going to move around a tiny bit so he can get a line on both of them, and he's going to step back some too. He doesn't like being that close. And he will fire 2 more arrows at those wolfies. And wow. All right. Yeah, that's a 1 and a 2 on the die. So he fires 2 more arrows. They go whizzing over the shoulder, and let me just roll one more to see if I hit Hargus. No, I don't, thankfully.
Boy, thank you.
I'm taller than Hargus, so if it went over him, it'd have more of a chance of hitting me, honestly.
Always the center of attention, aren't I?
Astonishing. Wow, that's just so bad. I've been rolling so bad today. But yeah, 2 more of these shimmering arrows go coasting across the water. You hear them bloop bloop into the river off the side, and Jasper curses and goes, "Ah, son of a gun! Oh, sorry." And it is Bran's turn. So Bran will run over and try and stab one of these wolves. Go over to here, and
yeah, buddy.
He's gonna see if he can stab him. If he hits, he'll get. Oh, good, he hits. And okay. Yeah, so he lays into this thing, and it is looking real bad. Okay. Dakren, you are up.
Alright, I'm just going over the wolf and just hack it to pieces if possible.
You going for the one that looks real bad, but somehow worse than the other one, or the one that's taken more damage or less damage?
I didn't notice there were 2 of them.
Yeah, the one by the fire there, close
on
to
the
you,
right a lot.
has taken a lot of damage. The other one has taken.
Let's finish it off.
Finish it off.
Yeah, that's a 25.
That'll hit.
And points of slashing damage.
I'm sorry, how many?
8.
Okay. And that finishes it off. You bring your sword down and just cleave into it, breaking the spine in half, and it just goes twitching on the ground there. Falls into the fire, and there's a horrible stench of burning hair and rotted flesh. Is that your turn, Dakren?
Yeah, I'll move up just a little bit closer to the other one and tries to run away.
Do you want to get right into range with it,
the
or?
Distance and yeah, just like within 5 feet of it.
Okay. Just get you right there. Okay.
And
okay. Well, it is. Oh nope, Reth gets to go first. All right, Reth.
All right.
You're up, my man.
Let's just go at this one still standing.
Okay, yeah,
We'll
pivot
go
around
reckless.
and.
Oof. That's a 12 for the first attack.
Misses. You swing at it and it kind of crouches down and goes woof, over the head.
All right, second one. Not a ton better. That's a 14.
That's enough better, though. You hit.
Yikes. Hey, this dice still loves me. It's 10 damage.
10, okay. Slashing into it as it's snapping at you. That's your turn?
Yeah, nothing else to do on that one.
Okay. Well, this little wolfie is going to make a couple little snaps at you guys. It'll go for Hargus. He's been trying to get him down here, so let's see if he gets him. 17 on the dice. 17 gets you.
What's your damage, Wolfie?
The damage is out. Oh, not bad. 10 points of piercing damage.
That's a pierce through.
Still up?
And I collapse dramatically.
Oh, you go down? Oh, man.
How much was it? 10 points?
10 points of piercing, yeah. And
All
right, well,
that would be 22 from 18.
let's see here. Who's
So -4.
You just came up behind it, Dakren, so it'll stick to the one that's been in front of him all this time, and he's going to take his second bite at you,
Oh wait,
Reth.
before he does, can I make my sentinel attack?
Yeah, you can.
Jeez, that's a 14 again.
Okay, that'll hit.
And that is 8 damage.
8 damage, okay. Yeah, it's starting to look hurt. It does get to attack you with advantage because you were reckless attacking, and he got a natural 20. So he's going to hit you for 19 points of piercing damage. As it snaps into you, just shakes its head around, trying to tear out some flesh.
4 into my regular. There we go. Cool.
Hargis, you are up. I guess that'll be a death save for you.
Sweet. So do I need to roll?
Yeah, just roll a straight d20.
Just D20.
Not a 1.
I rolled a 1.
Oh, man. 2
I
failed.
rolled a 1.
No.
Oh, man. Oh, my. Things are getting... So, a natural 1...
Consistent.
Yeah, a natural 1 is 2 failed death saves, so you are 2 out of 3 to being completely dead. Yikes.
Well, things happen.
Well... Oh, no. What happened? Why did we...
My next character will be a door opener.
I don't know why I lost the map. That's weird. Frustrating. Well, it's...
I mean, we know where it is.
we
It's
know
all
where it
just
is,
in
so-
that one
Yeah,
spot.
we're all pretty...
That's a good place.
I wonder if our bear character will wear a saddle.
Lucky
I always
for
wanted to have a
you.
bear for a mount.
Lucky for you, Hargis. It is Jasper's turn, and he sees you go down. He is going to run up and pull out another poultice, and he slaps it onto this giant tear in your leg that's just hemorrhaging blood, and he's going to heal you up for, oh my gosh, 18 points of healing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I jump up with a.
Yeah, that
Never
was,
mind.
that was a heck of a heal. You got full dice, max dice on that. So, lucky you.
Safe.
Yeah. So you come lurching back to life, and that is his turn. So he's there. It is now Bran's turn. So yeah, Bran will run up and try and stab this thing. He misses both times though. Jeesh. Don't have me roll for you guys because I am just rolling terribly today, even for Bran. So yeah, he misses with both of the thing. This thing's still there, snapping away. Dakren, you are up.
All right. Yeah, let's just attack it with a homing blade.
Okay.
19.
19 will hit.
There you go.
That will hit.
Ooh, 12 slashing damage.
Okay. 12 points.
Yep.
All right. All right. 12 points. That. Okay, it is. Oh, that is exactly what you need. You bring it down and just chop this thing's head off, and it twitches on the ground there, jaw slavering in the head. They're snapping at you, even detached is like until it slowly dies.
I whack it a few times just to make it stop.
Yeah, so you guys finish him off, and these nasty things are laying there on the ground. Yeah, good job.
First time I have a chance, I'm going to start investigating and see if these are worm infested.
Yeah, you go over to the back of it, and crack the skull open, make an investigation check.
Well, they got that kind of vibe to them. Like maybe the long-term effects of it.
Mm-hmm.
Let me get my glasses on. I rolled a... They have dice with bigger numbers on them. I may have to start investing in them. 9, 10, 11,
Need to
12.
go to the bathroom. I'll be right back.
Do it with advantage, actually. Roll it one more time because you'll get assistance from...
Oh,
yeah, do it with advantage. If no one else is jumping on it, Jasper would help you out, if nothing else.
So 16 plus 3.
All right, yeah. You crack it open
19.
in the light of the fire, and you see there the little twitching end of this worm sticking out of this just remnant of brain matter around there. And when you like crack it open and pull it there, you see that this, like the skull, the brain of this thing is like just completely filled with the type of tendrils and cilia coming off of this thing. It's like very little left of the original brain of this thing. It's like been totally consumed and taken over by this thing in there.
Makes me wonder if our worms weren't calling to them.
Yeah,
There's something to that effect.
I don't know how these things work, but it's pretty nasty business, whatever it is.
I know it was the heat of battle, but you can't deny that one. And once it got a Brandrick down, then it seemed like he was more interested in finding something than he was in actually finishing him off. Or maybe I'm confusing my guys. Was it
Yeah,
Dakren that he
Dakren,
got
yeah.
down and was searching his body instead of
it did
continuing
seem
the
to
attack?
be, yeah, something like that. Like it was. Yeah, I wasn't sure what it was doing. But while you were down in front of it, it was like pawing at you, Dakren. It was disconcerting. Not sure.
I've ever seen one of these things before.
Well,
Do an investigation or perception kind of a thing. Yeah.
while you're doing your investigation,
Mhm.
I'm going to spend my time collecting more firewood. I'm going to burn this crap.
Okay.
Excuse me, but for lack of
Pardon
eloquence.
my French, but I'm gonna burn this dookie.
That's right.
That's a 2. I don't
Too.
think I know.
I mean, it's got like deer antlers, but it was walking around on 2 legs. Reth, why don't you do as you're looking at these things, I'd say insight or investigation.
Nature, maybe.
Roll it and tell me what
It reminds me of the
skill you're
nature
using.
spirit. It's a.
I'm actually
I thought it was
little
corrupted
more,
nature
little
spirit.
more interested actually in an insight or a history check actually
Maybe.
from you.
Okay.
There's a Native American creature that looks like that.
Insight, I suppose.
Deer that walks on its hind legs.
Mm-hmm.
That's 17 plus 1. That's an 18.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
pretty good.
As you're looking at these, especially the strange, like deer-like creatures, you're looking over the body. I mean, and you can see the skeletal structure is that of a deer. You've hunted enough and skinned enough animals. You're familiar with how the bone structure works, but the bones have been like ripped out of place almost by this infestation of the extensions coming off like that worm creature in there. And as you're looking at it, you are reminded of the bodies of the things you saw up in Galen's attic, like some form of mutation resulting from the parasite in the brain has come about. Like this thing has been twisted into a new form by this extended process or something like that. And yeah, it looks, whereas it looked like Galen had this thing up there that he was trying to guide into some mutation, this thing maybe is what happens if it's left to go on its own. It's unsettling, for sure.
Yeah, that's a problem.
I am not settled.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
Unsettled.
I want to take both of the children as I see them,
Yeah.
and I want to set them up in 2 of the hammocks and just get the hammocks fairly high
There.
off the ground
Okay.
and put them up, and then we can just reset up the tent for
Okay.
other people.
Yeah, you're looking at these
So
things.
they're up and away.
Yeah, and actually, in addition to that thing, I'll give you one more thing. These things look like they are not doing well. They are.
Right.
They were powerful, but they looked like they were decaying and
Like they're failing.
yeah, like they're
mutation.
on their way out as far as life cycle goes. So you guys don't know what the
Makes
life
sense.
cycle of these critters are, but it looked like this was a candle that was burning quickly towards the end.
Okay.
Well, they definitely weren't. They definitely weren't operating on their own will. Something has obviously dominated their will because nothing has much fight in them as damaged as these poor things were.
Yeah, they are. It's hard to kind of figure, what the motivating force is behind these things. Yeah, definitely they're not, a wolf and a deer.
It makes me wonder what the original contamination was, because I could very easily see it start with something, something in the forest animals contracting it, and then it moving on to higher species as it gains in strength and influence. Like somebody encounters a creature in the woods and then carries it into town, etc., etc. So I wonder if we found the original source of all this yet.
Well, since you're asking about it, why don't you make a history check there, Hargus?
Ooh.
This is just super advanced toxoplasmosis.
16.
16. Yeah, you're trying to think of the nature of these and the progression of this and all. Where did it come from? Where did it go? Where did it come from? Was it Cotton Eye Joe? You're not sure, but as you're trying to think of, I'm sorry.
No, I appreciate it.
You do.
No.
You do recall that you took a book full of notes from Galen's mansion. That it was one of the things that you took from there. So this tome that was up in the attic that might have some information about everything that's going on.
Well, I can't say that I would have brought it with me intentionally.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
I wish we had it because I am capable. I could read it.
Okay.
Maybe if we get the chance, we can
go back one day.
reclaim it and try to look.
Okay.
But I would love to say I had it, but I think that would be disingenuous.
All right. Yeah. Well, you guys are pretty banged up. Jasper kind of looks at you guys and he's like, that was something else. That was pretty awful. Are you all right, Dakren? Hargus, you guys got torn up pretty bad there. You guys look at where he slapped these leaves with the goop in there, and it's like splattered around. And as you're looking at it, it's like super tacky and sticky, and is covering some of the more grievous wounds that you have on there. But like it's like thick sap or something that's like splattered on there, like a field like paramedic glue that's kind of bound your wound up. But he's like, they work fast, but they're not exactly pretty. Sorry about the smell, but hey, they work. You can bind yourself more properly for you if you want.
I have potions. I can throw spells. If anybody needs it. I think we need to be up to fighting strength.
Yeah, and if any more come through tonight. Oh.
I could do several more spells, and I have several potions left.
If I can,
Better save the potions for emergencies, but healing spells would be welcome.
Okay. What? The healing hand is like 1d8 plus 3, I believe.
Yep.
Okay. Well, 8, 10, 11. And then
Nice.
For yourself or for Dakren?
6. Then I'm healing others.
Okay.
I'm only 4 down now.
Okay.
So the next one would be 9.
Well, I don't know that anyone else is terribly damaged. You and Dakren were kind of tanking that fight, so.
I mean,
Yeah,
I can
those two
use some
spells.
healing.
Yeah. Okay.
I did
Well,
take a
just put
whole
11 and
12
9.
damage into my health.
Brutal. Well, you can also do a short rest too if you want to save spells. So there's that to consider too.
Yeah, let's do a short rest. Maybe play us a song there, Hargus. A song of rest, maybe.
But
Help
can we
us.
relocate camp? I know it'll mean a late start tomorrow, but I fully intend to burn these bodies, and I'm not going to sleep with them in the camp with me because I don't know what is capable of crawling out of them.
We could just throw them in the river.
That is
I
not
think
a good
that
idea.
would be irresponsible.
I can
I mean,
build
if this
another
is
fire
contagious.
off to the side if you would like to start resting. I am still fairly... I am good to go if anything else happens. So I can build a fire just off of our camp and we can
Right.
reconvene in a little bit. I can wake somebody else up for watch.
I'll help you out with that. Yeah, I like to keep my forests clean too. So let's torch these monstrosities. Do we want to reclaim the worms for anything, or try and get them out of there, or just torch the whole?
I think we need a few, don't we? Don't we need a few more worms?
We have enough for our own purposes. I don't.
I think we will worry about worms when we have a better way to contain them.
Yeah, I say destroy them.
All right.
But if we
Throw it
can
all in the fire and let it burn.
All right.
Burn
let
the
me
rotters.
please take the antlers.
Yeah, sure.
For right now, they are non-porous. They will not let worms in. But
Yeah, we can get the antlers off.
I can show you something, Jasper, with the antlers. They may help with your arrows.
Oh, absolutely. That'd be great. Actually, I forgot to mention to you guys. Remember that horrible, nasty worm thing that we fought up in the cathedral, up in the temple?
Yes.
I was able to get. Remember that stinger thing that shot you in the stomach, Dakren. Do you recall that part? I pulled that thing out, so
I do.
I might be able to.
Yes, I do.
Might be able to make something out of that if someone else wants some sort of a short sword or something. I don't know. I like making things from the things from nature. Well, that's not really from nature, but things I reclaim anyway. I find they can be useful sometimes. So maybe I can make that into some sort of sword or something for one of you guys if you like that sort of thing.
Perhaps
What would it be made out of?
Until later on for something.
Yeah, probably not tonight.
like
Probably
this.
not tonight. I'll need some time with it. It actually might make a good rapier for you, Hargus. I could maybe, make it.
Bone knife.
Yeah, sort of like. I mean, it's a little over, like just under 2 feet long, so it's fairly good sized. But anyway, just as an aside.
I wouldn't mind having a bone knife
All right.
out of my enemy's femur.
Let's get the antlers off these beasties, and I'll help you torch them. Yeah, chunk. Yeah, easy enough. You can reclaim the antlers and pile the nasty bodies off to the side and start burning them. They kind of smolder and sputter, and it takes a while. You can smell the rot coming off the bodies. They were far along in their decomposition, and yeah, you get them on there and start burning them, smoldering off to the side at the edge of the camp. These macabre sort of bonfires along the perimeter. So what are you guys doing for the rest of the night?
I have to
I tell
rest.
them I'll help them in a minute. I just need down for a couple minutes, but I fall asleep. And
It's fairly heavily wooded. We could build a pretty good sized pyre that would burn them up pretty good without a lot of tending, and it'll light up the clearing too, so nobody's going to sneak up on us.
So as you guys are kind of doing all that, Jasper kind of looks around and goes like, I'm gonna stay up, and I used more of my arrows. I'm gonna make a couple more arrows, and I'm gonna stay up. I don't want to be stuck in a hammock again if anything else comes by. So I guess
We'll probably do I'll do a rest, a song of rest.
Yes.
what was that, Hargus? I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
Oh, I will do the. Well, I'm sorry. I'm always stepping on everybody. I apologize. I will do a song of rest.
Okay.
That'll give everybody a bonus to the night's rest.
Why don't you just roll the? If the extra, what is it? A D6 for the song of rest, I think. Extra D6 during.
I believe it is. Yeah. Sorry, I closed my book.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a D6. Just go ahead and roll one.
It's an extra D6.
Yeah.
Okay. You want one each, or
no? Just roll one. It'll be for everybody.
Okay.
Everyone gets the extra. So yeah.
6.
All right. Nice. Yeah. Jasper sits down on one of the rocks with his back to the water there, and lays out his material and starts grinding up some more of the muscovite to make the gold flakes that he uses for those shimmering arrows, and just continues on, like frequently looking out over the edges there, keeping a wide open. He takes one of the jars out of his vest and pulls a praying mantis out of it, like 2-inch long praying mantis, puts it on his shoulder and kind of like scratches its head, keeps working there on it.
And I'll show him how to carve a knock that inserts into the back of the split end of the arrow, so it actually holds on to the string, and
yeah.
Oh, I thought you were going to make a honing tube.
Yeah, you look at.
I mean, you can do that too.
Rounding.
Yeah.
Yeah, I won't do the motion, but the rounding of
Yeah. No, you can save like one antler for that, but yeah, making the knocks, it's good, and you can make them reusable.
Oh, that's a great idea. Yeah, I was just kind of cutting the flat part on the back, but that'll help him stay on the string a lot better, I would think. That's a great idea.
Yes.
Well,
there are a lot of things you can do to stabilize an arrow.
Man, you're really good at this. That's great. That's awesome. And
I would gladly trade you for if you can craft me a good bone knife. I would gladly trade you for it.
All right.
It has many uses.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
Not in the hands of the rich, though.
Absolutely. I think Reth here will be able to help out with that, maybe more than I will, but we'll see how it goes. All right. So you're gonna knock out Dakren?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, I'm getting my guys mixed up.
Hargus?
I'm asleep for the night.
Hargus, you going to bed too? Let
crashing.
Okay.
Singing and crashing. But I still have a watch, so I'll take my watch whenever it comes up.
All right. What about you, Reth? You've already taken a watch. You want to go to bed, or?
I suppose I can go to bed. I will stay by the fire like I did last time, though.
Right.
Seems like that was a good idea.
Yeah, I'll stay up here. Keep an eye from a little bit of elevation on the rocks back here, and hopefully, if anything comes, I'll be able to see it coming. All right. Great. Rest up. It's going to be a long night. Yeah. So you guys all go to bed. Knock out. We'll have Jasper make a couple checks here. Okay. The evening progresses, and you guys wake up to the morning light coming over the mountains. Due to the steepness of the mountain here and your proximity to it, it's a little bit later. It's about 8 a.m. By the time the sun breaks over the edge of the mountain and starts shining on your guy's face. And you are not woken up for a watch, Hargis. Jasper stayed up through the night as you guys all wake up there, and he's kind of sitting there just perched on his rock looking around. He's got a mantis on his hand, and he's like feeding it little flies and stuff and kind of chittering at it, and he puts it there, and as you guys get up he like waves at you guys. Hey, how you all doing? Did you sleep all right?
Did you get any rest, Jasper?
No, I didn't think I'd be sleeping through that, so I just stayed up. I'm kind of a night owl anyway. I like doing work. It's nice and cool and peaceful, and so no, I just I stayed up. You guys needed the rest, so I can stay up usually a couple days at a time before I really start feeling bad. Besides that, I passed my con save really well, so I feel great. It's fine.
Thank you, Jasper, but don't sacrifice yourself. We need you.
That's right. I was able to make a bunch more arrows, and I don't think I would have been sleeping well. I didn't get hurt at all in that last fight, so you guys definitely needed the rest more than I did. So I had.
What about wisdom saves?
And yes, that's interesting because so Jasper does not make a wisdom save because he did not go to sleep. But Hargis and Reth, please make wisdom saves.
Should have just stayed awake. I could have made that con save. Could have made that any day.
So the way is it works with staying up and not taking a long rest. The DC starts off pretty low. It starts off as a 5, but then every subsequent night that you stay up, it goes up by 5. So if you,
I would have been fine.
One night of staying up is just.
I think that's pretty generous, personally.
That's
The
No,
plus 5
bad.
every time. Not all the time, but pretty frequently. I'll just because when it gets dark, I get so much more awake and alert. I really do love it when it's cold and quiet at night, and I just stay up all night.
Same.
And I don't get tired. I get like more awake as the evening progresses, and then.
That's fine if you can wake up when you want to wake up.
Yeah. Well, I mean that's.
I used to think I was a morning person.
I'm seriously more tired if I go to sleep at 3 in the morning and get up as opposed to just staying awake all night. So if it gets too late, I'll just go skip sleeping for today.
Can't do that anymore.
Yeah. But
that's a good old days. I can't do that anymore.
But anyway, yeah. All that
wisdom
aside,
save
wisdom
17.
save. How'd you do, Reth?
It's a 17.
17
plus 1.
Okay, and Hargis?
15.
15. Okay. You guys feel these memories slipping away as you wake up. Hargis, you don't even remember getting to Whitefork. You didn't remember that even from yesterday, and now you find yourself the last thing you can remember is like getting ready to leave Vardale, the last big city you were in before coming down. So you are probably have lost about 2 months of your memory now. You, Reth, find yourself going back and forgetting how you got to the mansion. You don't remember walking up there. You don't remember tracking the beast that led you towards the mansion. You've lost probably a week of memory at this point.
Am I
I
aware
already
of the
lost a week, so I'd be
Okay, so you're a couple weeks
I'd be
back,
up to
yeah.
2.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
Yep.
How aware am I of this?
You feel it like sand slipping through your fingers as you wake up in the morning. You've got this sense of like, you remembered the journey from Vardale when you woke up, but now it's like actively slipping away from you. You made the journey, but you can't remember leaving Vardale at this point. So yeah, you're probably more like
details of it.
and Jasper kind of looks at you guys and is like, so, I guess we keep moving. I didn't see anything else in the evening, so I'm not sure. I'm not sure what that means. Whether I don't know if this was all of them or maybe they were just quiet. I don't know. I didn't see anything else come out though.
Would be aware of it enough that I could make comment on it, or would it be just one of those
The memory loss?
happy in my
No. It's weird because it's like that. You're not losing the new memories since you woke up. You remember everything from when you woke up in the cave to now, but it's going further and further back, deleting memories from the time that you got the parasite. So
it's just slowly approaching.
Yeah, if it makes sense, you don't remember, but you remember remembering that stuff. So you're like, oh man, I've lost more.
We're aware enough to know that like memory loss could happen.
Yeah.
So if you try to like jog your memory of recent events, you find more gaps.
Yep, exactly. Yeah, it's very odd, but yeah, you feel you've lost even more time now. So, well.
So I guess we pack up everything and
yeah, the remains of the corpses are there on the ground, smoldering. They're almost completely burnt up, and yeah, you guys can be on your way. All right.
Dakren wakes up throwing up from stomach wounds, and he's quiet for the morning to talk to anybody.
I'll probably make some like easy food. Like I have some meat on me and maybe it's like some potatoes that can make like a sad morning stew.
Dakren,
I have rations.
Last thing, Dakren, as you wake up, make one more wisdom save for me.
8.
8. Okay, great. You have a vision as just before you come to consciousness, and it's a vision of a shop that you've been in, a jewelry shop, familiar jewelry shop, and you are like walking through the space, and there's like disarray all over the jewelry shop. It's not how you left it. It is dark in there, but you can see with dark vision, and on the ground at the foot of the wall, like the blank wall going in, is the dead body of Glenda, the jewelry lady. And you can see that written in blood on the wall are the words, "Your choice." Heart, like a little heart drawing, W. And you have this vision of that, and then you wake up to...
Dang.
Okay, then yeah, I basically wake up gasping, and then I rush over and then throw.
Okay. Dakren, are you alright? You okay?
I just like staring with kind of eyes that flash red, like flicker red a little bit, and then I just kind of lurch off and go rest against the tree again, and I don't say anything.
All right.
I didn't get that upset when I lost my goats in my cart.
All right, so you guys
goats were not part of your intestines.
It was a relationship.
All right. I guess we better get moving. From what Father Bell said, we should be able to get there if we have a good long hike today. We should be able to get there by evening at the very least. So, everyone got everything? We're ready to move out then? All right.
It appears so. I'm gonna take one of the hammocks and I'm gonna just like scoop up Jasper in it and just tie it around like a kind of baby Bjorn, and then just start
All right,
walking.
make a check. He's gonna try and jump out of the way using his
Athletics.
Holding his head.
He's gonna
over there.
acrobatics out of the way, so that's not a bad roll. But let's see how he gets. He got
That's a natural 20.
natural
So
20.
that's gonna be a 25.
Oh, jeez, you scoop him. He
snap.
tries to jump, and yeah, as he's jumping, he's up in the air, and you just go up a little higher and scoop him. He's like, "Ha, okay, all right," and you get on the top there, and he's like, "Reth,
You don't have to sleep, but you must rest.
all right, thank you. All right, I appreciate that. You know, we do like to be asked before we're scooped, just as, you know, I mean, it's okay. It's okay. Just for future reference, you know, an unsolicited scoop is you know, just kind of rude.
This
almost
is
as
not
good as
about
a
you
solid,
being
sir.
small. I would do this for anybody in the group.
All right, that's fair. All right.
If Dakren is having a hard time, I can carry him too.
All right.
I can carry probably another 100 pounds. You do not weigh very much.
Man, that is a lot of weight. I'm pretty much maxed out with my vest and a backpack. I can barely get...
Yeah, I've got like this huge pack with like cooking stuff, a tent, bedrolls, like the hammocks,
That's awesome.
extra hides,
Yeah.
like all this stuff.
Tell me, son, do you have a set of coconuts in there by any chance? I feel like
I
I'm in
do
the
not
mood
know what the
writing.
coconut is.
He settles around on the huge pile of stuff and kind of settles in and just readjusts his cap. He's like,
Well, he's on the front, like in a
front Bjorn-
in a
baby
hammock,
Bjorn?
slung
Oh,
across
okay.
the front, so he's not like on top of all of it.
I'm getting quite the image in my brain here.
Kangaroo pouch.
You know,
Pretty much.
I really feel like I should dislike this more than I do. Is that a weird thing to say? This is actually quite lovely.
A lot of soup to it.
It's very supportive. I feel like I should be uncomfortable, but it really does just, yeah, it works somehow.
You would have appreciated it as a baby, as a child, so why would
Why
you
not?
not appreciate it now?
True. Most of us don't get that opportunity later in life, so. All right,
Most
the
people
fun
are
is
not
head
my
shaping.
size.
tally ho! Guys,
Let me set off.
set off down, yeah. It's a long hike to get down, but you know the day progresses. It's nice and cool, thankfully. Still, you can imagine how in the summer these close walls could radiate quite a bit of heat. But about halfway through the day, you are out of the snow, and it starts to open up into a wider kind of space between the peaks and the ridges of the mountain line as it goes down, and eventually you come out to one spot where the road pretty much just goes straight ahead through a denser forest. It stops the switchbacks and you're out of the steep part, and you guys are, you know, after about 8 hours of hiking, now you're down in a flat kind of area, and you can see in the distance what is probably the town of Whitefork. If there's nothing you guys want to do during the day, you can just, you know, the day can progress and you guys can make your way to the edge of Whitefork. But if there's something you guys want to do as the day goes on, let me know now and we can resolve that before we actually finish the day.
I'm just carving those horns into knock pieces
Okay.
as I walk.
Yeah, he's watching you because it's right there, right in front of him. He's like,
Yeah, like I can give him one, and I'm just like showing him
he
how to
tries
do it.
Oh, right, that's really great. And yeah, so you get a bunch of those whittled out as the day goes on. Jordan and Candace stay close by one another, you know, concerned as things go on. She's very distressed by the whole event. Was terrified being woken up in the tent there, and they're both very eager to get home. So you guys find towards the end of the day, the sun is still up. It's not dark yet, but it's starting to get low on the horizon when you guys approach the outer edge of the town of Whitefork, and you can see its little space there between the rivers and the number of bridges that they have built over time to assist with trade there. The Whitewash is a very large river. It's a lot of trade is done up and down, going from Volkstad, the dwarven capital, down towards the southern ports and cities there at the southern portion of Amara. And so you can see these bridges all over the place, and you guys can enter the town there. You see it's a bustling little thing. Things are kind of winding up towards the end of the day, so it looks like, you can get into town and figure stuff out there, kind of opening up ahead of you, getting into the cobblestone streets there. As you guys walk up to the edge of town, there's some about 10-foot high wooden wall around the city. There's a couple of guards there at the entry point, just kind of watching. You guys are the only party approaching at this point. You could see like one small group of people had gone in before you. But as you guys approach, the guards there are looking at you come in, and they're just like, "How are you doing today? What's your business here?"
Where's the jewelry shop?
I'm sorry, what's that?
Is it still open? Your jewelry shop, is it still open?
There's a chance it could be. Not familiar with the jewelry shop myself. Not much in for, but what jewelry? You could ask around. There might be more than one. So not really sure.
First on the job, or
I'm sorry, what's that?
your first day on the job, or
I just don't really keep track of jewelry stores. Sorry.
It seems
I
like
see.
if you are a guard, you would want to know when the jewelry shop is closed or open.
I'm terribly sorry, sirs.
That was,
Could we reset here a moment?
yeah, sure.
My friends are weary from the road. We had some troubles with brigands and feral animals, and one of my friends has had a loss that he's trying to deal with. We've had quite a rough journey.
All right.
We're here with these young people trying to deliver them to their parents after we did bring the young people, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We brought these young people to reunite them with their parents as part of an agreement we had with some what am I trying to say? Some old friends,
Okay.
and my friends just want to get off the road. We do have some trade we would like to do, and we would also love to reunite these children with their families. If you could help us by perhaps guiding us to the trades district where we could find, say, jewelry and artisans, that would be greatly appreciated.
Yeah, sure. I mean, you can just follow the road in. There'll be the fountain in the center. You can head up into the district there. It depends on how nice the jewelry shop is, really. Whether it's near the fountain or not. More or less the nicest places are near the fountain. Less nice or farther away. So, yeah, I don't know every shop in town. Sorry, it's going to have to be. I watch the wall.
If you save us a few steps, that's more than we asked for.
Yeah, just
How much is a beer in this town?
That is
How
much
much is
less
a
than
beer in
what we
this town
asked.
anyway?
That depends on the beer. If you want the nice beer, you go towards the center of town. If you want the cheap stuff, you go towards the edges. So,
I want the beer that doesn't
let
make
us
me
go.
pay twice on the way out.
well,
So-
can't help you there, mate.
There is nothing to be learned from this man. He knows nothing of his own town. He knows the wall.
I mean,
Center of town is always nicest things. Let's just go.
yeah, if you want my stuff.
Anyway,
Sorry, I'm not in charge of.
I give him a
commerce.
couple of coppers. He is a little obtuse.
You proffer the coppers, and he's like, "No, thanks. You hold on to that. Appreciate
All
it.
right, I'll drink one in your memory,
I appreciate that. Thanks.
or lack of it. Anyway,
Take care of yourselves.
this beer is oddly insightful.
Maybe you should move here when you can with your family so your work will coincide with where you live. Just thought. I don't know.
Cool. I appreciate.
Don't
the
insult the
advice.
man with the
Just start
spear.
walking
Yeah,
in.
he's just kind of puzzled. Yeah, thanks. Good luck. Enjoy.
That's to
He
destroy
did
this old
fail,
man's
he
career.
did fail a fair number of intelligence and wisdom checks there, didn't he?
Yeah, he's just kind of odd. Weird guys. Looks over at the other guy. And goes,
I'm a -1 to charisma.
Ain't they a
So
daisy stick in there?
yeah.
Do not let the prince out of the castle. Yes, let the prince out of the castle.
As
No.
as you guys walk in and are standing there, Jordan's like, I could if we could just go to my place if you guys want. I mean that's
We should have asked him where the beer was.
Candace and I are just gonna go home. I'm sure father's
he is a 10-year-old boy. He does not know where beer is.
well. I mean,
When I was 10, I knew where the beer
we can
was.
get you the beer. If you want some beer, we can get beer.
I'm not stealing it out of your father's garage.
Yeah, I mean, I can get beer. There's plenty of places around that sell to just about anybody. So
Let us go to your place.
Let us do that first, yes. I agree with the man.
okay, so you guys want to get over to Lord Galen's place, or Lord Galen,
Yes.
General Westfall's place.
He's back.
Comes bursting out of Jordan's chest.
The trap.
An old man. Yeah.
I knew it.
So yeah, you guys.
Well, that would be a cunning plan in order to infiltrate the power structure to, pretend to be healed until you can get back with your commander father. You can climb the rank structure of the.
Yeah.
Anyway,
He's a sleeper. It's a sleeper.
if that was a cunning worm,
Yeah.
that's what I would do.
Um,
Cunning body snatching worm.
You guys head over there. He leads you up to the estate there. It's there's kind of that you can walk through the kind of commerce area in the center, and you see a bunch of people moving from shop to shop and stuff like that. And he leads you a little ways off of that into a more residential area. There's a number of larger kind of parcels here, big gates up there at the front area, and a guard there as well. And as he comes walking up, the guard looks like shocked at seeing the twins there, and he's just like, "You guys are back! You're back! You guys got back! Oh, your dad's gonna be so... Oh my gosh, this is amazing! Come on!" And he just like opens up the gate and ushers you guys in and locks it behind him, and you guys all go running up there. The kids basically run into the house at that point, and you guys can follow in there. And when you get back inside, they're just there with the mother and father just basically weeping all in a big pile there. You recognize General Westfall. He's kind of just he's a human guy, well built, but starting to get into his older years now. Great at the temples, and he's just kind of there huddled over his family, hugging them all as you guys walk in. And he looks up and he goes, "Dakren, thank you so much." Just kind of all there in a pile. They kind of talk and huddle, and eventually the mom kind of ushers the kids away and back, you imagine, to their rooms. They go upstairs, and he's there in the middle. Just they didn't speak much, but they mentioned some sort of horrors on the road, and some sort of horrors that they suffered up there. They would let's please come to my study. And he kind of gestures off to the side and leads you all into a very nicely portioned room with books and comfortable chairs and a big fire going. And can I get you brandy or something, whiskey brandy?
Just something really strong. Anything.
I will take whiskey.
Jasper climbs down from his baby Bjorn and and sits up on the arm of the couch there on the side, and he goes, "I'll try brandy." And so he pours you guys drinks and just says, "Please tell me what on earth is who are you? Where's the other one? You mentioned you had a you had a halfling, I think, that was coming with you. You said
It's a long story. Sure, you want to start it tonight, or
well, maybe you could just give me the cheat sheet version, the Cribs notes, as it were. But I would like to know what's going on. So, if you don't have to describe everything, but I guess just tell me what you tell him about, the whole thing, basically, or give him, or are you holding anything back? Or?
I'll the whole thing dense. I remember thing, and so
Okay.
I'd probably be the one to So I'll tell him everything, basically, just condensed. I'll focus on explaining like his kids and stuff.
Yeah, he's.
But I probably won't say that I knocked out. That's the detail.
You're not going to tell him what? Which part?
That I almost killed Jordan. I'll take that detail out, but that's it.
Yeah, he's
Good
he's like pretty shocked at this point. He's just like, are you're certain that this parasite is taken care of now? They're free of its control, or what? I mean,
fairly certain. I myself said I have one bruised as well. Feel better.
right.
Feel like my memory's back. And Jordan is night and day difference from when he had it removed and everything. He was really under some sort of influence before, and now he's fine. So
I'll take him to the cleric tomorrow just to be certain.
We are still in need of diamond dust if you have any laying around. For the rest of us who had not been cured.
Dust? I certainly don't have any diamond dust, but whatever it takes, yes. If you need diamond dust, how much do you need? We'll find it. I'm sure the jewelers in town can arrange for something.
Well, we're checking to. We may already have it in order. We'll have to check in the morning. I assume that all the shops are closed tonight.
Okay.
Basically,
Are you going to
talking about insidious.
I'm sorry. What was that?
We're talking about insidious body snatching wormlings that insinuate and subvert and corrupt. And I think there is still a problem because we were waylaid on the road by such creatures.
Yes.
That were way on the line to almost zombie-like. Their flesh was so corrupted and manipulated and controlled by these worms. It's a dark matter.
I'm glad you'll be able to get this thing resolved quickly then. I would hate for you to end up like that or lose your memories any further. Perhaps tell you what, I can get things going and arrange for diamond dust to be delivered to the house here, or are you going back to the tankard, or are you going to be staying? I believe that's normally where you.
I'm not familiar with the town.
Well, the Tipsy tankard is where us old soldiers hang out typically, and that's where we usually visiting friends will take rooms
Sounds
there.
like a place for me.
Yeah, it's a nice place. You guys will like it.
I could send word for you there, or if you're going to be there.
That's great to me.
I think it would be more secure if you were to be so kind as to allow the diamond dust to be delivered here, where we could pick it up instead of a common tavern.
Durgon's a good man. If something's delivered to him, come hell or high water, he'll have it for you when you arrive for it. Believe me. But certainly, whatever
We're going to need a place for this ritual.
I'm sorry. What was that?
Oh, I'm sorry. Once again, I'm interrupting.
It's
sorry.
the lag. It happens.
Sure. We're gonna need a place for this ritual too, aren't we? Some place that's secure.
Yeah,
there's a cleric that can perform the ritual.
Yeah,
Simon.
You got the sense that you'd probably do it at the cathedral, at the temple that you go to. Yeah.
Yeah. Simon's priest we need to speak to well.
Yes.
And I don't know if you know him or...
Yes, I've met him. He seems to be a good man. Yeah. If
All right.
I'm not familiar.
Once we have the diamond dust, we can talk to him tomorrow as well, and he should be able to help us out from here.
I can send word to him to have him prepare for this, if as well. And then that way, at least
That'd be great.
get things rolling. All right.
That'll be a huge help, General. Thank you.
Absolutely. Yes, I'll get a man on that right now, and then I can get someone over to the jeweler as well, if you wish to have the material held at the jewelry shop or delivered to the tankard or to the temple. Just let me know, and I can.
The temple will be the fattest, I think.
Temple.
Yeah.
I'll get on it. I'll have that arranged.
Perfect.
Well, if there's nothing else, I would like to go see my children.
I think I'm the
you go.
paranoid person. Perhaps it's my age, but I think I am the paranoid one of the group.
Yes.
And I'm not even a soldier, although I've been in a company of soldiers all my life.
Yes.
And I would say keep an eye on your children, sir.
Absolutely.
For I am not at ease.
Yes.
And there's no sense in risking harm where vigilance could save you all.
I will double my normal guard at the very least, and yes, I will be quite vigilant until this is firmly put to bed. But I thank you, Sir Hargus. It's appreciated. Dakren, as always, thank you. And
You're welcome.
Reth, was it? I thank you for assisting
Yes.
my children. Thank you for these matches. I will have your payment here at the house, or delivered wherever you wish in the near future as well. This obviously became much bigger. I thought this was just wayward children being the word is when you are not responsible, irresponsible. That's the one. I thought it was that, but it turned out obviously to be quite a bit more. So,
Well, the bard has a history of military service. He'll give him the beans, bullets, and blankets if he wants, if that's what is needed. But his paranoia is so high, he's beside himself.
Yeah.
He didn't trust anybody right
Yeah.
now. So
he's
he's just eating on himself. And part of that's his bardic way, and part of it's just he's old.
well, you've described all this stuff, and he well, let's see, I'm going to set that DC pretty low, and yeah, he as soon as you guys mention these scars on the backs of people's necks and stuff like that, and he sees the one that you guys show there, he goes, and he just like shows you guys his neck like immediately, as just like obviously this is the thing any reasonable person would do in a situation like this, is be checking necks, and so he volunteers his neck like right away when you get to that point.
His paranoia.
Yeah, he's just like, yes, well, also I'll be checking my staff, you can be assured of that. All right, well, again, much appreciated, all of you. I'm not sure where the gnome came from. And Jasper's like, yeah, I don't quite recall either. I'm not sure. I was up there on different matters. I don't think I was part of your guys' little retrieval crew. But yeah, I'm not sure how we all started hanging out together, but they're good fellows, so I don't know. Might tag along with them. I got to figure out where I'm headed next. So,
Well, he saved our bacon enough. I wouldn't feel comfortable. I wouldn't be sad to see him leave. That's for sure.
I appreciate that, Hargus. Thank you. It'll depend. Maybe our paths will go in the same direction. I need to find someone who knows where
there might be forest gnomes. That's what I keep looking for. That's
Mm.
that's why I left my
Could
family.
I roll war?
Um,
Could I roll war for that?
go ahead. Sure. Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead.
Glasses. Sorry.
It's okay.
20.
20. Okay. So
20.
you are aware of the difference between rock gnomes and forest gnomes. You know that rock gnomes are much more prone to fraternizing with dwarves and with humans, and would come in frequently with their rather ingenious artificing inventions and things like that. A very clever merging of practical mechanics and arcane enchantment is kind of their specialty. So they focus on artificing and things like that. So the rock gnomes are frequently part of people you would have had experience with. They don't tend to live in the big cities. They prefer to go back to their homes, but they'll spend time in there, and you'll meet the occasional rock gnome who's set up a shop in a city to sell some of these devices and things that he tinkers and invents with. Now, forest gnomes are a different matter. Very, very reclusive. They stick to their forests and to the secluded homes that they set up there. There's a history of druidism with the forest gnomes and being long-term protectors of the forests and things like that. They are not commonly encountered, and I'd say it's unlikely that you ever met a forest gnome before. They just are very, very reclusive and stay away from human settlements and things like that. So yeah, you're not aware where there are any forest gnomes living. So
Cool.
but yeah, I mean, depending on how things go, I'm looking for my actual family as opposed to, I mean, my adopted family's amazing. They're rock gnomes. They're wonderful people. I love them very much, and they did their absolute best for me. But it's just kind of the mystery of how I got there that I'm trying to figure out. So, and kind of listening to all that, General Westfall kind of nods and goes, I can put out some questions and put out some feelers and see what I can find. I'm not much for the lore of peoples or migration of such things, but I can put word out, and it's the least I can do for assisting in this matter. So, thank you very much, Dakren. As I say, we will resolve the terms of our contract, and again, very, very thankful.
Welcome. I'm glad that your kids are safe.
Okay. So, you guys head over to the Tipsy Tankard for the evening, or?
I want to say something to General real quick.
Yeah.
As a general,
Yes.
it is not my place to inform you of how to be a father,
Yes.
but you do have good children. They care for you and they care for each other, and perhaps it would be good for them to know that you think well of them, if that is the case. There is some unrest in their minds about this.
Make a persuasion check, and we'll just see how he takes this.
Well, I'm going to go find that beer.
And 11 minus 1, that is a 10.
10? Okay.
Super even.
Okay. Yeah, he kind of like goes back and this is based on their words?
Yes, your son, he wishes to please you and wishes to make you proud, but he seems consumed by it. However, I am sure, as with any child, there are talents that he possesses that you would be proud of no matter what. And perhaps he needs to be reminded. After an ordeal like this, I feel they may need some bolstering.
Thank you for the information.
Of course.
Just kind of.
No offense intended, of course. But they have been through a lot,
Yes.
as have you.
Yes.
Family is important.
I've spent enough time away from them. I'd like to remedy that now. So, again, I can't thank you all enough. And tomorrow, if you need anything, just ask and we'll make it happen. Thank you all.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you. And yes, you guys head back. It doesn't take long. You have been coming here long enough, Dakren. You know the way back to the Tipsy Tankard. And as you go a few circles out from the most expensive part of town, you're actually towards the kind of the southern bridge, which is one of the major bridges going in and out. But you're getting closer to that southern bridge there of Whitefork, and you can head up to the Tipsy Trencher. I think I said Tipsy Tankard before. I meant to say Tipsy Trencher, which is a type of digging tool. And as you walk up to the Tipsy Trencher, you see a dwarf walking, like the sign on the above the bar is this dwarf kind of dressed in military-looking clothes, and he's got a big shovel like on his back, like walking, and he's got this large plate, which is a trencher. You can put a bunch of food on it. They'd also be used for digging. You're aware that a trencher is also someone who would dig long trenches for military purposes, Dakren. So the Tipsy Trencher is this guy walking around, and you can see in this big trencher plate thing that he's holding, it's like got beer like pouring out of it, and he's like just drinking beer out of this enormous trencher. And you can hear things are kind of going in there. The Tipsy Trencher to be a not a like crazy party zone, but guys get together to talk loud and tell stories and exchange camaraderie and hang out and stuff. So as you guys show up, you can hear a good little murmur of conversation and stuff going on inside, and you can head on in if you would like to.
I'm going to do my usual tonight. I'm going to barter my skills for room and board.
Okay.
Drinks,
Okay.
Bath.
Yeah.
All that.
Okay. You come walking in. You see it's full of guys sitting at bars, sitting at stools, sitting at tables around the edges. There's a big old hearth with a fire going in it there. And behind this long bar off to the side, as you walk in, you see a big, burly, gray, bearded dwarf standing behind there. And he's got these giant barrels against the wall that he's pulling mugs of ale from and setting it down there. And you just hear him like... And he slaps a guy on the shoulder and slides it down the bar, and another dwarf grabs it and drinks it. And it's predominantly dwarves and humans in here, all hanging out and talking. You see a few halflings kind of scattered around as well, and they're all talking and laughing. Just kind of funny. As you guys come in, he looks over at you guys and he goes, "Dakren, is that you?"
Do I know his name?
Yeah. It's excuse me. That dwarf voice got me. I went a little too deep on it. Yeah, it's Durgon. Iron.
Hello, Durgon. Been longer than I expected to see, and I'm back.
You are back. You're looking terrible. What's wrong with you?
Yeah, I'm feeling terrible. I think I'm gonna quit venturing in this, actually.
Yeah, I'll believe that when I see it.
Yeah, well, these wounds are just too much. I really did not do well this last time, and I don't think I can do it anymore.
Well,
oh yeah,
I've been asking around, and they got the. If you're back now, I can try and get that guild representative in. He's around. I saw him a day or two ago, so if I'm sure he's still around here somewhere. I can try bringing him in.
Yeah, Yeah, I forgot about that. He's
Wait a minute.
not going to be that happy about his recruit that helped me get to Galen Falls. He'd actually make it. So.
Chester, the wee one, Chester. He seemed like a good sort. Where's he at?
Yeah, he didn't make it. He gave his life to save a bunch of other lives, and yeah,
Well, that's the
poor fellow.
halflings for you. They're too good-hearted for their own good. Blasted.
Yep, and Chester's not a lot as much as halflings have
He's
of it.
pouring you guys beers and passing them out. Well, you picked up this.
Slanish.
What's that?
Slanish.
Oh,
Prost.
yeah. We just say down the hatch, and he takes a pull, and he's like, "This one's for Chester."
I know the directions.
Yeah, takes a big pull, and yeah, shame. Anyway,
Now that I have a beer down,
hey,
Dakren, are you saying you're not as good as you once was, but as good once as you ever was?
I used to have this all figured out, Harga. I used to be able to fight, wear armor, I could wield shield as an officer.
Oh, lad.
I could fight with the best of them, but all I've done is this time is just I've just been fodder for that this entire time. I've got just injured.
Let's fill this mug again and let me explain to you. You're speaking the story of every warrior when age comes upon him. And all we can do is fight death until the last and watch it down with beer.
Jasper's sitting there with like this mug in front of him. It's like probably about like that. And he takes a big sip and he's wide-eyed. He's like, I prefer to shoot arrows at death from a great distance. I find that to be quite helpful. Have you thought of that?
It's a metaphor, laddie.
Oh, right.
It's a metaphor for life. You must build your fortress, mind, body, and soul. This is the warrior way. This dwarf knows.
But it may just be a tactical issue.
Right, far distance.
My mind and soul are whole, but this body is just, it's broken, and it's not getting any better, and I just can't do it anymore. After that battle last night, I can't even protect myself. I can't protect others. I'm no use as a mercenary anymore.
You have to keep moving. Don't fool yourself. If you're slowing down, then you must move faster and more often. Did I ever tell you the story of my pappy? Who once I heard him say to one of his workers who was getting uppity with him, he said, "Lad, I hurt worse in the morning than you could hurt me. What do you think you'll do?" And at that time, I thought it was just pure foolishness. But now that I'm older and I've had 2 of these beers, I can admit I know exactly what he means, as it takes me 10 steps to stand up straight as I climb out of the bed. That was all right.
That sounds well.
I didn't even write that down first.
That was great. That's great for you, Hargis, or for any of you, but I don't know. I got all of you in this, and I could barely get you out because of this God's cursed shoulder of mine, and maybe I just need to take some time off and heal or something, because
Hey, you can die in that chair.
Can't do it.
Well,
for fear of getting out of it.
Maybe see how you're feeling.
Maybe that was better
after we get the restoration. Maybe I could just see how things are going. You get a good night's sleep, before you start. It's easy to make those sort of doom and gloom statements after a day like we've had. So it's been
Or
pretty rough.
perhaps you take up a trade. There is no shame in trade work.
That's true.
There is a lot less danger as well.
Round of steel.
I go by Dakren of Swanbow when outside of my village Swanbow, but their name was Dakren Kilner. I could just become Kilner again. Just like my family trait. I feel like I'm able to do more than that. If I can't even lift a shield anymore like I used to, I'm not the warrior I once was.
Lad, look at me.
Perhaps my
I'm
best
where
days
I
are
am.
over.
Oh God. Look at
But
me.
perhaps there is strength in your family name.
Well,
Could be as well. Being a potter would be too bad, I suppose.
I have contempt for your words. I stepped out on this road an old man because I was tired of being forgotten. So I made a new road for myself, and I found myself again. And you can find your warrior way the same way. Take up your sword, and if need be, take a lighter sword, but never give up the fight. This dwarf here would be ashamed to hear you say that way.
He's like,
I'm getting a loss in my accent.
he shrugs and goes, I run a bar. It's pretty great. I just drink beer every day and brew. So, I'm.
Man, what kind of button are you?
I mean, that's pretty well, actually. So,
Kind of just take another drink and just kind of look over at Hargis with bleary eyes, and I just say, "You're a great bard, Hargis."
And I think it's time for me to sing of heroes and warriors. So if you excuse me, I'm going to earn my beer.
yeah, you go up and start jamming, bust out the lute or the harp.
Reth steps
I'm
outside for this.
laying gold pieces on the bar
Yeah.
for them. You drink on me tonight. Oh, Misty. Well, anyway, I'm not going to sing. I'll spare you.
Well, you can make a performance check and we'll see how you do.
All right. 14
14?
without modifiers.
Yeah. Oh.
Well, I guess that would be 17.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. Use those modifiers. Are you proficient in performance?
Oh, yeah. And acting.
Okay, so you should be up. Yeah, you should be up even higher than that. But all
Oh,
right.
I don't know what they are. I'd have
Yeah,
to get my stuff out
That's
for
cool.
it.
We'll say over the course of the evening, as you're jamming up there, you make 11 gold.
Sweet.
Yeah, 11 gold gets tossed into your cap there up at the front.